Let's see how we are doing. Okay, it looks like OBS is rearing up to go. It looks like we are on. Welcome to the live stream once again. Yeah, as the name implies, and as I brought up last week, I was planning on trying my hand at making this a weekly thing instead of bi-weekly. I want to connect more with my viewers, and I want to get better at improvisation, and so I don't feel so stiff on camera, especially when I got to do this alone, as my stream partner Kaysen often has family business to attend to. So, if you're coming on in, don't be shy. Feel free to drop a comment in the chat. I love talking to you guys. And we've got some stuff to get to tonight. So, let's begin with this neat little announcement that came from Reef Entertainment. The same Reef Entertainment that, if memory serves me correctly, also did Rambo the video game. Also did RoboCop Rogue City and Terminator Resistance. Sometime over the past week, Reef Entertainment dropped a little teaser for a Contra-like that they have coming out later on this year. Terminator 2D. Strangely appropriate title. So, let's check that announcement trailer out, shall we? Oh, hold up. Before I do that, let me make sure I'm set to... Okay, I am on low latency. Sorry about that, chat. That's a setting that I should have made sure of before I started this video, but what can you do? So, back to it. Can we just stop to appreciate just how perfect the Linda Hamilton likeness is in this image? I hope they gave the same courtesy to Arnold and Ed Furlong and Robert Patrick. Well, that they definitely did the same to Robert Patrick. Oh my god, he looks so... I've seen this trailer already, so this is hardly even a first-time reaction for me, but my god, I still can't believe we're getting a Terminator Contra clone in 2025. So this game looks like the Terminator 2 game we all wanted on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, as opposed to, well, do I even need to get into detail on the one that we did get? I mean, I played the NES T2. I thought it was okay. I still have not bothered to play the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis one, just based on the gameplay videos I've seen of it. This looks like this genuinely looks like the game everybody was asking for. Now, I'm curious if it's going to follow the whole movie verbatim. Like the game is just you playing through the movie, starting off as John Connor, taking out the machines, and then reprogramming the Terminator, sending it back to 1990. I think it was 93. I think is when the movie is set. It's been a while since I've watched the movie, so somebody can correct me on that. Playing as, like, you start off the game as John Connor, you go reprogram the Terminator, and then you go play as the T-800 to get John Connor, and then Sarah Connor, and all of that. Or if the game lets you play as... It's probably not going to do this, but it's a neat little thought. If the game would let you pick whether you wanted to play as the T-800, Sarah Connor, or the T-1000, kind of like the AVP games would let you choose between playing as the Xenos, playing as the Colonial Marines, or playing as the Predator. I mean, that's probably not what we're going to get with this. It's probably just going to be a straightforward... You're going to play through the movie, and it's going to more or less faithfully recreate the events of the T2 movie. I mean, it's a neat little thought. Now, when it put in the Hasta La Vista Baby, I wonder if it's going to use... It's probably not going to, but I would love it. Wouldn't it be just amazing if the game uses audio clips from the movie, like really compressed, digitized sound bites from the movie, like some 16-bit games were known to do back in the day, like the Super Star Wars games used really digitized, really compressed sound bites of Darth Vader or Yoda saying things like "Do or do not, there is no try," or "The Force is with you, young Skywalker." Like, it would be cool if they actually licensed audio bites from the movie to splice into the game. I mean, they've got the Terminator license, they've got the Terminator theme, and obviously they're recreating an entire movie in video game form. So, why, in 2025, why wouldn't they use digitized sound bites from the movie? Now, an interesting thing about this, I'm curious. When I did the T2 game on NES, after you reach a certain point with the T-800, when you go into the hospital to break Sarah Connor out, and when you go to the Cyberdyne labs to destroy Skynet, the game forces you to crouch down and shoot the enemies in their legs, because at this point the Terminator John Connor's already made the Terminator swear that he won't kill anyone, even though shooting someone in the leg, I mean, I get that he's an advanced killing machine with an encyclopedic knowledge of the human anatomy, so he knows exactly where to shoot and where not to shoot. But I still feel like, I mean, machines can make mistakes. Machines can be imprecise. So I just find the idea of being forced to shoot people in the legs, and that's supposed to be like, well, at least I didn't shoot him in the body. It's not a kill shot. It's like if you nick the femoral artery or you shatter a bone that could get into the femoral artery, it can turn into a kill shot. So I wonder if the game's going to force us to duck and shoot the cops in the legs like the NES T2 game did. Now, obviously, right here, he's firing that minigun into a riot shield. But, again, we just gotta wait and see. Now, obviously Sarah Connor doesn't have that concern. She just blew this guy away. She just dumped a quarter magazine of her M16 into his chest, so obviously she doesn't have that moral dilemma. Okay, maybe it's safe to assume the Terminator won't either. Terminator. Now, is this game's gonna have limited continues? This game's gonna have limited continues? It better have a fucking password system. I mean, it's 2025. Why would you force the player to only... Why would you force limited continues on the player in 2025? Didn't we establish during the NES era that that was kind of a cock move? I mean, Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden had unlimited continues. Zelda had unlimited continues. I don't like the idea of limited continues. That's kind of a no-no for me. I love how this trailer blatantly leaves out, well, obviously it's PlayStation's YouTube channel, but I love how this trailer blatantly leaves out that it's not just going to be on PS5 and PS4, it's also going to be on Steam, it's going to be on the Switch, should be on, I believe it's going to be on the Xbox as well. I will say that artwork is fucking beautiful, man. I props to whoever did the cover art for this game, because it looks amazing. But yeah, September 5th, 2025. I don't believe it has a Steam page yet. Let me actually, since we've got our browser open right now. Nope, it does not have a Steam page just yet. So, can't exactly go and wishlist it on Steam just yet. I imagine we'll be able to around a month at the most prior to launch. But at the very least, mark your calendars down, because Terminator 2D, September 5th, 2025. Alright. Now, next up on the roster, I'll let the trailer fade out here.
PlayStation. A couple nights ago on...
Charlie has returned to the stream. Charlie has returned to the reactions. And that title... by that title alone, I have questions. One of the least of which, one of them being, what in the pan-fried fuck? What? Who, what, when, where, and why? But I'm sure Charlie will explain it to us just fine.
A couple nights ago on stream during the premiere of Season 3, was going over some wacky stories, and someone put a little something nefarious on my radar. The story of a man named Kevin Van Loven, a name that lives in infamy. You may be familiar with Mick Loven, but you do not want to know the tale of Van Loven, that much I assure you. Kevin Van Loven was a home inspector who in 2021 performed some despicable acts of degeneracy on a Tickle Me Elmo doll. And yes, it's exactly what you're thinking. Van Leeuwen went from home inspector to chode injector, putting his wiener all in and around the mouth of a Tickle Me Elmo doll in a child's nursery of a home that he was hired to inspect.
Hi, I'm Chris Raygun, and you're watching What the Fuck?
Literally, what? 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 You... Huh? Let's get back to it.
Obviously pretty disgusting stuff. The man is by all definitions a predator. And, you know, actually, instead of just telling you the story, I'm just going to show you the clips from the stream real quick. And then I'll come in at the end and go over a bit more with what I've learned on Van Leeuwen since the Elmo fucking. Have you seen the home inspection guy who had fun with a Tickle Me Elmo on Law and Crime? You put had fun in quotes, which makes me think it's something dubious.
Yeah.
Home inspector caught pleasuring himself with Elmo doll. Oh, jeez, man. That's not... Elmo never wanted any of that to happen. That's not what Sesame Street's all about.
What?
Come on, man. Having him tickle you? What the fuck? Do they show anything? Because I really want to learn more about this now. Here, let me skim through on the other monitor real quick.
Well, you certainly don't hear this one every day.
You're wrong. I actually do hear that every day. Thank you very much. I can't go down the street without walking into a man that hasn't pleasured himself with an Elmo doll. What a ridiculous assumption.
I mean, I was gonna say I don't, but I also don't live in Florida like Charlie does, so... Yeah, Missouri's not exactly quite as... You always hear about Florida, man. You never hear about Missouri, man.
It's like he's never heard of Tampa. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, let's see. Why would he do such a thing?
I mean, just look at him. That face, with that facial hair, with that hairline, with that hairdo, just screams, dude has a full body pillow. Or 17.
That's a good mugshot, too. This looks like an Elmo fucker. He's got some crazy hair. He's got, Christopher Lloyd in Food Fight hair. I can't remember the villain's name. Hold on, let me look him up real quick.
Well, you certainly...
What? So that's what he was doing. So that's what he's been doing. He's been up to since, Ugh.
Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going exposed. Exposed. Oh my God, exposed. Exposed.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What the fuck?
Not quite. I misremembered. I thought it was less spiky.
Thank goodness for that, because a Michigan family had trusted a home inspector to look over their property as they got ready to sell, but when they checked their home security system, they spotted him violating their trust in one of the most egregious ways imaginable. He was pleasuring himself in the child's nursery with an Elmo toy. Yeah, pretty sickening stuff here. We'll go over how this unfolded, what happened to him.
Wait, is this the same guy? What? They hit him with an age beam. Wow. Wow. This is two different dudes sharing one body.
how this could have escalated if he hadn't been caught. And I'm going to break it all down.
This face says he'll do it again, too.
Chris Hansen.
Hide your
Welcome to
Elmos.
Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. We go back, unfortunately, to March of 2021. A family in Oxford Township, Michigan.
Rough year for Sesame Street
was putting
plushies.
their house up for sale. That home inspector was Kevin Wayne Van Loven. Yeah, of nearby Clarkston. And of course,
That's the perfect name. Kevin Van Loven. The guy who fucked Elmo. You couldn't write that any better. Is this not like a planned thing? Is he not playing a role?
Can we just take a moment to understand how ridiculously fake Van Loven sounds as a name? But somehow that is this guy's real name? That sounds like a cringy nickname you give yourself when you're trying to pick up women from the bar. At least that's just what I think of when I hear that name. Oh God.
zips up his pants, you can see what that object is. He is holding a red Elmo doll.
So, okay. So,
As opposed to a pink Elmo doll? Or a blue Elmo doll? Or a yellow Elmo doll? Elmo has only ever had one color, my guy. It's fucking red.
so the actual Jerkin. My God, I'm malfunctioning. So the event took place over here, and then he brought Elmo over here. Why? I thought what happened is he put Elmo on the ground, and that's where he did the deed. But that's not the case. He's actually moving Elmo from the scene of the crime. So it seems like he knew the camera was here, because he put his back to it for the coitus, and then goes off camera to put it down over here. He had to know.
If he knew the camera was there, why would he do the thing in the first place? But if he was going to do it, why not go into a room where you know there's no cameras present? Like, I understand impulse control can be a problem, but still, dude.
Look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find?
Picture me.
No! The definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are!
Jeez. Just... Somebody made a decision, and, it was anything but the correct decision.
And if you pay close attention, you can see Elmo blinking an SOS, like that old POW video that floats around occasionally. He was letting Elmo inspect his pants. That's true. Maybe it is just part of the job.
A red
A thorough inspection.
Elmo doll. Yeah. Walks across the room.
Sorry about that, Chad. Apparently my chair thought it needed to just buckle up and back out on me. The back of the... I gotta get a new chair.
Places the doll somewhere off camera, and as he adjusts it, you can actually hear that signature Elmo laugh on the security camera. Tell me that's not just the most incredibly unsettling thing you've seen, but
That's like straight out of the Joker. That is like actually in the Joker 2 when they fucking sexually assault him and he has the condition where he's laughing. Elmo just did that to the home inspector.
So I have not seen Joker 2, but I know of that scene, and I know how it ends. And I made the right decision to not pay money to go see it in the theater when it came out. Which that movie doesn't need to exist anyway. It shouldn't have been made. And shame on David Zaslav for releasing that, but shit-canning The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes story.
Holy. fucking traumatized him.
in my career, but never one who was preying on a child's toy. A Sesame Street character. What a sacrilege.
Well, get out there. Let's take him
how do you
down.
even begin to...
Oh God. Oh God, chat, dude. I just... You remember that clip where the guy strips naked in the garage and comes into the house to meet with the decoy, and Chris Hansen just comes out and he's like, "You want to explain yourself?" I just pictured Chris Hansen walking into the room while Van Loven is doing his thing with the Tickle Me Elmo, and being like, "You care to explain yourself?" It's like, okay, that. Damn it! I thought about it, and now you have to think about it too, chat. Oh.
It's disturbing.
It makes me wonder if there was a plan. If he knew, like, does he just walk in and
Uh-oh, we got Discord call. Kaysen?
What's up, Buggin?
Kaysen's in the chat! Kaysen's in the stream, chat!
Tomato.
Oh, dude, you're coming in late on a good one.
What are you waiting for, you fat bastard? Screen share. Sorry.
Bro.
Nope.
Just look at the title, bro.
Okay, so remember when you started to bug out in your Father of the Year video?
Yes.
I'm about to be heading that way in a minute.
Yeah.
Or
Straight.
what about? Or which video was it where you were like, what? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot? What the fuck?
Oh, well, I did that already, but I think that was the video where I was talking about where I was reacting to the preacher who was like, he's like, well, if you dress like that and you get raped and I'm on the jury, he's gonna go free because a man's a man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was fucked. And so is this. So this degenerate, whose name, I shit you not, Kaysen, his name is Van Loven.
What?
He is a home inspector who was caught on camera in this family's nursery fucking a Tickle Me Elmo doll.
I didn't realize Elmo dolls had buttholes.
Such an egregious crime that they actually brought Chris Hansen out to talk about it.
I mean, it's arguably better than if he did it to a kid, but that's still pretty fucked up, dude.
Oh, I just pictured this, and I was telling Chad about this, and I'm gonna tell it to you now. Picture, like, you remember that clip of the guy who got naked in the garage and then came into the house to meet with the decoy, and then Chris Hansen comes in and is like, "You want to explain yourself?" Picture Chris Hansen walking into this family's nursery while the guy is in the middle of doing his thing to the Tickle Me Elmo doll, and Chris Hansen just goes, "Do you care to explain yourself?"
Imagine whipping around hearing that, and your dick is hanging out in front of Chris Hansen.
Oh, where's the...
Also, did I say it right earlier when I said, I mean, it's arguably better than if he were to do it to their kid, but still, he did it to one of their toys. That's pretty fucked up.
It is. It really, really is.
it makes me a little scared to think what if he was what if he was the babysitter too?
That's something I don't even want to think about.
Let's not think about it. Let's move on. That's just
Find
gross.
a toy that he, or is it like I'm trying.
Why
to
don't we ask him? We have him in jail.
This was in a way premeditated.
Is this something that would have continued into a more violent human contact crime? I mean,
What was this guy's
Video.
name? Why are we speculating? We can just ask him. Hey,
I said, "Oh God, it's on video."
Oh.
Please tell me that we don't actually see him sticking it in the Elmo doll.
No, the clip. So the clip they show, because obviously they can't show. There's only so much they can actually show of this video. He starts off finishing his business with Elmo over here at the closet, and then turns, crosses the room, zips up his jeans, and sets the Elmo doll back where he got it from.
Well, that kid's definitely gonna need therapy if he ever finds out what happened.
I hope the kid's parents took the doll out immediately. It's probably in evidence.
Well, hopefully they at least replaced it so he doesn't have the idea that something happened.
Yeah, well, I would assume they did. I mean, first thing I would do right after submitting the video and the doll itself to the police, I would just go straight to like Target or wherever and just buy a new Tickle Me Elmo.
Everything about this is fucked.
Big time.
Sorry, I'm eating a taco.
Oh, you're good.
Like, we got these big-ass tortillas that are about the size of a pizza crust, so I only had to make one. That should last me for at least a good chunk of the stream.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, El Grande Taco. Nice. I think I've come to a conclusion why I've been cooking tacos so much lately. It's because, well, we're not around each other as much these days, but Lily is part Mexican. She's half Mexican, half Italian, meaning that the Italian side is a whiz in the kitchen, but the Mexican side, if I piss her off enough, she'll throw a shoe at me.
Nice.
Drop an F in the chat, because I might die when she hears that. Nah.
Ugh.
I can't remember the last time she actually tuned into one of our streams, but either way, I think she's just done with our shit by now.
It has been a minute. Have you ever had venison tacos?
Funny story about that, actually. When I first got out to South Carolina, when me and my dad were living with the former roommates, this was before Lily was coming out here. We had tacos for dinner one night, and they waited till after I had like 2 or 3 of them to ask, "Did you like it?" Yeah, it was venison, and I just shrugged and went and got a 4th one.
Nice. Yeah, my mom, somebody she works with likes to go deer hunting, and he'll take the deer meat and he'll make it into ground venison, or he'll make like deer jerky and deer sausage, and he likes to give her some, and so she brought some home, and I made venison tacos for the first time about a week or 2 ago. Dude.
Yeah, did you have to mix it in with some beef to keep it from breaking down?
No. No.
That's what I was told to do.
No, I never heard of that until you said it just now, but it held together pretty good, and it was really good. I'm going to use... We've still got some in the freezer, and I'm going to use that to make some, like, venison... I'm going to make some pasta with venison meat in it. and see how that sometime this next week, and we'll see how that turns out.
But yeah, you should definitely let me know how that is. I'll eat venison. I just won't go through the process of acquiring it.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Because I could never. Because one time my stepdad took me hunting, and long story short, deer was in my sights, but then I started begging him not to make me shoot it.
Right.
Granted, I was 12 or 13, but to this day, from that day up until I finally cut them all off, he still blamed me for losing that deer.
Hey, not everybody can pull that trigger.
I mean, I act like a tough guy, but then I see a cute animal. But then I see an animal, and it's just like I melt. Plus, do you know how many encounters I've had with friendly deer?
Can't say that I do.
Well, you don't know happiness till you sit on a log, and all of a sudden you feel a baby deer suckling at the back of your shirt, and then you have to slowly turn around because you don't want to spook it. And it's like, sir, ma'am, whatever gender you are, I'm not your mother. I don't have nipples there. And the mama deer was just watching as if she was amused by the situation. It was like, get your kid off me, you bitch. I even had an encounter with a friendly bear, but we won't talk about that one.
Okay.
Because it just sounds ridiculous. Same log. Just bear came and laid down right next to me, and it's like, do I move or do I wait till it wakes up to show him not a threat, or I got out of there.
Right.
Not to mention that during the summer after I graduated, I was I actually rescued a baby squirrel. And I once it was old enough, well, I did in 8th grade because my family back home wasn't exactly a fan of me rescuing animals. Well, excuse me for having an empathetic side,
Right.
but I kept it in a box on the front porch, and I would go out to feed. I would go out to feed him, and one occasion played with him, and then I let him go, and he kept coming back. And for the next few years, before I moved, he kept coming back around.
Yeah.
Not like in a dependent way, but animals tend to, in that kind of case, they tend to visit the people who rescued them.
Right.
Wonder if he's still alive and if he even notices that I left.
I can't say for sure.
I mean, I don't know, but people are just, like I said, my family was never really a fan of me rescuing animals. Like the year after that, I kept my sister's cat from killing a baby mouse that was in our house. And I remember it being that exact moment in time where I basically lost all respect for my grandma. Because, well, I remember 2 years before that, she praised me we were at a therapy appointment. She praised me for having a empathetic side. But now here she is judging me for wanting to rescue this baby mouse. And now y'all know why majority of my family has never met my kids. At least I can say I would never do anything to harm or hurt my kids. Can't say the same about certain males in the family. Jeremy. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Moral of the story: fuck Jeremy. Anyway, should we continue?
Yes.
Why'd you pop your Winky in Elmo's mouth in the children's nursery? We can ask him what the fuck the plan was or the thought process. Surely Kevin Van Loven isn't, tight-lipped about his degeneracy. During questioning, Van Loven said he moved the doll to inspect an electrical outlet but did nothing else. When told there was a camera in the nursery, Van Loven allegedly made incriminating statements and apologized.
So I'm looking at the at your watch later list. I'm looking at the thumbnail for this video, and well, okay, so I'm sorry, but that's Square Bob. He has a square head. He is Square Bob. That's his new name, Square Bob.
It's Doodle Bob.
Me hoi minoi.
He probably sounds like Doodle Bob.
Probably definitely said me hoi minoi when he was doing his business in that doll. Let's not visualize that. Let's just move on. Yeah, there you go. That'll keep you up at night. If any of y'all get lucky, you might think of me. Hold on, I know the Viagra.
Hi, I'm Chris Reagan, and you're watching What the Fuck?
It's like I always tell people, like the time I went to a pool. Well, I had a dream I went to a pool and I was in flip flops and a Speedo, and it's like, we don't want to visualize that. Let's just move on. Let's not visualize that. I'm aware I'm ugly, and me visualizing myself in that outfit makes me. Don't visualize that. You burn your corneas out and have nightmares.
Yeah, you'll be that one guy from SpongeBob. My eyes!
Oh god, I miss this. This is definitely therapeutic in itself. But let's just finish this up. I don't want to think about this any longer. Let's go.
No, what? I was just moving Elmo. He was blocking an electrical outlet, so I had to fucking strangle him down there like Homer Simpson around Bart. And you guys just got it all wrong. Whoa, what is this? It says home inspector who committed unspeakable act with Tickle Me Elmo doll in children's bedroom is busted again. Did they let him out after the first Elmo outing? A perverted Michigan home inspector caught on camera pleasuring himself with Tickle Me Elmo has been busted for violating his probation. He was on probation? He was found guilty of aggravated indecent exposure and sentenced to 19 days behind bars in October 2022, following the unspeakable act. But he was convicted yet again in January 2024 for violating his probation. This should have been a very serious charge that they wouldn't just let him out on. Yeah, and they make a good point. What if he had an STD and our son played with that? What if we just didn't know? We have a toddler and a newborn baby, too. There's nothing worse than when someone comes into your home and you trust them to do a job and they do something like that in your child's bedroom. Yeah, for sure. If they didn't catch him...
I mean, that's an understatement.
What he should have said was, it's bad when someone comes into your house and comes.
He came and went.
I'm sorry, that was an awful joke, but it's definitely something Charlie would have said. Especially considering, like, did you ever see that video where apparently he made a joke about Netflix casting and he literally had T-Pain come in and take his place on a video?
I have not watched that. I think I saw the thumbnail for it, but...
Yeah, when did Charlie become black? Oh, wait, Netflix.
Right.
Now, I turn to you, Disney. I dare you to make a movie about a black man raised by monkeys. I dare you.
Yes. That's why they'll never remake Tarzan, because they don't have the balls to go to that level.
Let's also not forget that it could have easily cast dwarf actors in the Snow White remake, but the CGI dwarves just look like they look like nightmare fuel.
They look like PS1 Hagrid.
Jesus Christ, Chris. Sorry, this time I don't have my teeth in, y'all.
Yeah, and unless we forget, before they were the CGI dwarves, it was Mud Brown and the 7 Reddit mods.
Jesus Christ. Huh, would you look at that? I just got a notification that Charlie posted a video titled Official Epstein Files Rickroll is Crazy.
I saw that too. I got the notification just now, but I saw that the GOP dropped was dropping a link of like, you can see the Epstein files, and it was a Rickroll, and I'm like,
wait, the official GOP sent that out.
as from what I can tell, yes.
Now I'm just thinking of Trump and Rick Astley's place in the Never Gonna Give You Up music video.
When a stranger's to love, you know the rules, and so do I.
Okay, Donnie, calm down. Alright, hold up, I gotta look at something.
Which I think is one of the... I just saw that on Twitter, and I was just like, I'm glad I'm a libertarian. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
Good God, okay, that's enough. If Lily was in the chat, if Lily was here in the chat, I'm pretty sure she would have been throwing you middle finger after middle finger.
I mean, I'm wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt, so...
I mean, she chose Trump over... Well, she said she was going to choose Trump over Kamala anyway. Because, well, she said Kamala makes us all look bad.
She's trying to run for governor of California when Gavin Newsom terms out.
I'd rather Arnie go back.
And I think Arnold's past his term limits. And let's be real, California's retarded enough to vote for her anyway.
Yeah. And let's not forget the gun laws in California are all kinds of fuck your freedom.
I mean, the only people who live in California at this point are the ones who can afford to live there and the ones who can't afford to leave.
I was convinced at one point in time that the Illinois governor Pritzker, was making it expensive so nobody could leave.
Probably.
Well, guess what, you Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker? I'm in South Carolina now, so fuck you.
I'm in Missouri, so double fuck you.
That just makes me think to like 7 or 8 years ago when I think I shared something to you where it was a vegan raging about something, and you said those McNuggets I just ate have a middle finger, 2 each just for her.
Nice.
You said, I think, yeah, it's like, yep. That's definitely something you would say, Chris. But
which is funny, because I had chicken nuggets before I started the stream.
Well, this was like back when I briefly had that when I briefly worked as a janitor at the old. So you know where the old post office is in Springfield, but it's now a federal building.
Maybe, possibly.
It's like on the.
I think so.
I think it's like way on the other side of Springfield.
I think so.
But yeah, I was part of this program called Challenge Unlimited. They labeled it Independence Through Opportunity. But only to get fired 2 months later because some dipshit rookie got offended that I showed him a trick to make cleaning go faster. So he planted weed in my locker. Who's a degenerate now?
Right.
But you caught all that, right?
Yeah.
The weed in my locker, and it's like, but They wouldn't even let me take a drug test. But then again, I looked into it, and apparently that program had a history of being bogus to people with special needs, so I probably dodged a bullet.
Probably.
As to that one guy who got me fired all because I was trying to help him, if you're watching this, I'm just gonna borrow one from Chris and say, I tell you to blow it out your ass, but you would just decapitate yourself. Oh, come on, that's a classic.
No, it is.
Don't shit on my plate and tell me it's a brownie. I almost said that to Lily once and almost met Jesus. Hey, you don't piss off a Latina. You don't.
No, you really don't. You don't piss off a Hispanic woman or an Italian woman.
That just makes me think to when Gabriel Iglesias said, if you call a Mexican the wrong name, they get mad. Like if you call a Puerto Rican and El Salvadorian, they get mad. I can't remember exactly for sure how the joke went, but it ended with, if you call a Cuban anything but a Cuban, you're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah?
If you call a Puerto Rican and El Salvadorian, they get mad. If you call the Dominican or something, we get mad. If you call a Cuban anything but a Cuban, you're gonna get stabbed. I
mean,
don't
that checks
understand the
out.
joke. But, huh?
I said, I mean, that checks out.
I don't know for sure how the joke went, but I think it was the same joke where it's like, can you imagine the black iPhone was really a black iPhone? And it's like, Siri, what's the weather? Why don't you stick your head out the window? Black Siri. And it's like, Siri, talk dirty to me. You better not pee on me. I'll show it to you real fast later. You good?
Yeah?
You know, babe,
I was worried
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Jesus Christ! Come on, buddy.
Wait, play that again.
Oh shit, I just lost. Here it is.
You know, babe, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Jesus Christ! Come on, buddy.
I swear, Chris is the plug when it comes to meme clips for your videos.
Yep. Oh yeah,
like-
dude.
Like, I'm at the point where I'm about to start making you pay for extra storage on my Google account because of how much you send me and let me borrow. Like I literally had to transfer all the meme clips to a folder on the SD card that I finally got to frickin' work. Because that eventually builds up and get like gigabytes, and yeah.
Yep.
And I'm over here trying to figure out who's the worst comedian of all time, Amy Schumer or Ellen DeGeneres, or excuse me, Ellen DeGenerate.
Ooh.
Because apparently Amy Schumer made a joke about Steve-O's friend dying like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And apparently Netflix was quote-unquote sexist for giving her $11 million, even though Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got like $20 million. And it's like, no, it's because your comedy fucking sucks, lady.
I'm surprised she even got that much.
If I was Netflix, I would have smiled, said fuck you, and gave her the boot.
Oh, she wouldn't have even gotten into my office. She wouldn't have even gotten past the front desk. She's
She's what Walter was talking about when he said when he was talking about how his wife needed to lose weight, and he said, "Well, have you ever had a weight problem?" And he said, "Only when she sat on me." I said the same thing about my ex from 10 years ago. When well, not Beth, but the one after, Abigail, who I mainly just went out with her because she wouldn't take no for an answer. And after we broke up, she tried saying that I fucked her, even though I wouldn't touch, respectfully, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. I'm not saying she was ugly, I'm just saying that not my type.
Right.
But we were in high school, so I wasn't doing any fucking.
Anyways.
But I borrowed that joke.
I said anyways.
Yeah, so I borrowed that Jeff Dunham joke to say, and I basically said, if that were even remotely true, I'd be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. And people say, well, have you ever had a weight problem? And I said, only when you try to sit on my lap. Thanks, Jeff Dunham. You got my ex to leave me alone. Alright, should we move on?
Yeah.
That Elmo doll just gets used. Like, the guy's a fucking predator. Like, why is he let out? Yeah, so he got 19 days and an 18-month probation. So the jury found him guilty on the indecent exposure, but they found him not guilty on the destruction of property because there was a lack of DNA evidence on the doll. So because there was no bust, they had to adjust the charges. So he didn't get hit with the destruction of property, just the indecent exposure. And then he actually violated his probation last year, but I can't find any info on how he violated the probation. Maybe he found access to another doll's orifice somewhere in the world and got caught in the act again. I couldn't tell you. But he got let off pretty easy for the Elmo thing. I don't think it was taken super seriously, even though I think it's a pretty big deal. Because who's to say he hasn't done this before in other homes that he's inspected? He went to a child's room, a room that is actively being used by a child, and put his genitals all over one of their toys. And if that wasn't captured on camera, it would have never come to light, and that child would have used that toy, played with it, and who knows what could have happened. Like, it is absolutely revolting stuff.
If I was that kid's parents, I would just throw the doll away anyway.
Yeah. I would have actually burned it.
Okay, that's a better way. That's a better way to dispose of it. And just get a new Tickleby Elmo.
I remember like 12, 15 years ago, I saw this video where this guy blew up a Hokey Pokey Elmo, and it's like, actually, I think I'll do that. Just put a stick of dynamite in his mouth, light it, and run away.
Oh, there you go.
Like, you put your hand in, and put your hand.
Or strap some tannerite to it and shoot it in the woods.
Huh?
Or strap some tannerite to it, take it out into the woods and shoot it.
I'm assuming that's an explosive?
Yeah. Let's just say tannerite is so powerful of an explosive that you're it's generally recommended that you only detonate it from a couple hundred yards away.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But for some reason, a lot of idiots on YouTube love to stick tannerite inside of like refrigerators and washing machines and take them out into the middle of nowhere and shoot them with a high-powered rifle. And they'll load them with like 5 to 10 pounds worth of tannerite and just shoot the tannerite with a high-powered rifle way too damn close, and then it's like, holy shit, I wonder why there's an oven door flying directly over my head right now.
It's lucky it didn't fucking decapitate him.
Yeah.
You know, like the frickin' barbed wire thing in Final Destination 2. When the stoner just stands there and it's like, hey, wait, and it's like, I feel like that's a more realistic version of the laser room kill from the first Resident Evil movie.
Oof.
like when the guy was just standing there and there was this grid of lasers, and you think that maybe they shut up in time, but it's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Emotional damage. Especially since I was probably the one member of the squad that actually liked.
The only character from that movie I remember off the top of my head was from that whole team was Michelle Rodriguez. And the one black guy just because he was in a few James Bond movies.
Are you talking about the guy who got sliced up by the lasers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, the only one I really liked was the guy who gets. I would have loved to see what it would have been like if he went up against the zombies. I know that little red queen bitch took it away from us. Which is ironic considering the lasers were blue, not red. Like, I thought you were the red queen, not the blue queen.
I mean, that movie and that whole series is just a series of contradictions.
Run that by me one more time. Sorry.
That whole movie and the entire Anderson series is just an unending series of contradictions anyway, so
It's like at one point in time when you said when he was in your Welcome to Raccoon City review, you said that Johannes Roberts wasn't using the Resident Evil name as a cum sock for 6 increasingly unwatchable movies.
yeah. And I'm hoping Zach Kreger extends it the same courtesy.
I'm still a little pissed that we're not getting that sequel to Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Because I would have loved to see K.S. Scodolaro, or how it's pronounced, sorry if I butchered it, and Robbie Amell. I would have loved to see them return as Chris and Claire for a Code Veronica film, especially since they teased the Ashfords in Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Sony, and hopefully Constantine Films and PlayStation Studios has enough presence of mind to know to just get out of the way and let Zach Kreger cook.
Yeah. I also have a good idea of who could play Steve in a Code Veronica based sequel. There's a few people I think could play Steve, and one of them is Tom Holland.
Yeah?
Tom Holland, maybe that one redheaded kid from Shameless, who played the Joker in Gotham.
Huh.
And Cal Kestis in the Jedi Fallen Order games.
Okay, see, the only actor from Shameless that I know off the top of my head is William H. Macy.
Yeah. I was wondering for years why he looked familiar, and I realized he was the dad from Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
One point in time, Lily told me that he looked like 70-year-old Justin Bieber.
What?
Her words, not mine.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So I think he got let off really easy, and hopefully, now that he's violated that probation again, he won't get off easy again. So I just wanted to talk about this story a bit because it's a fucking wild one. That's really about it. See ya.
This IRL.
And now, hopefully to something less, to something that's not quite as degenerate. We're bunny hopping over to a Toesies channel. IRL streamer crashes out over woman live. I mean, IRL streamers are just filth and brain rot anyway.
I can't stand IRL streamers.
They all have skibbity toilet brain.
And it's funny that the title mentions crashing out, because I remember like a few weeks back we were talking and you said that with my brother-in-law being an asshole, you said he needed a new crash out. He needed a crash out, and then you realized that he was the brother-in-law who crashed his motorcycle, and I sent the gif of Heath Ledger's Joker going, very poor choice of words.
Very
Hey,
poor choice of
Lily
words.
found it funny. He found it funny. It's all good.
Fair enough.
IRL streamer just crashed out over a woman and ended up smashing the window of his rental while live streaming it.
I'm gonna kill her.
Well, that's evidence for the company.
I can't believe this. I don't care, dude. I don't care, Brian Glass.
What? Oh, and he's in Japan too.
I heard about a streamer in Japan that was causing issues, but I thought it was Johnny Somali.
Well, not anymore, because he's down in South Korea.
Isn't he stuck there?
Yeah, he's stuck there. Until his I think he's awaiting trial, which got pushed back to March or April. But
And I think we can say he's gonna lose.
I mean, I hope he does. But, dude,
Yeah.
first off,
freaking-
throwing a big old temper tantrum in your car, like, I'm gonna fucking kill that and then get off the internet. Please. Just get off the internet.
That just makes me think back to when Xenoshot did a video compilation of people having meltdowns over Trump winning last year. And they said, this is what mental illness looks like.
Yep.
Like there was this one lady who was going on about how if you vote for Trump or if you didn't vote and let him win, fuck you. And it's like, lady, I don't know you. Lady, I don't know you. I don't give a fuck about you. And I guarantee you, nobody does either. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody when I say this, but if Kamala would have become president, I heard people say that if Hillary became president almost 10 years ago, it would have ended with Russia bombing us.
Well, we could have had a similar outcome with Camel Toe Harris.
I'm sorry, but she's an airhead. Not to mention, I was gonna vote for her anyway because she literally mocks those who have faith.
Her head is so inflated, Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson used it to fly around the world in 80 days.
Oh, emotional damage. And it's like, I'm sorry, Camel Toe, but doing TikToks isn't gonna get you elected.
No.
Emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage,
You still
emotional
get to take that
damage,
song and one of these times I'm gonna send you a bunch of mug shots from people I went to high school with, and you're gonna turn that into an emotional damage compilation.
Hey, I'm always open.
Like a slideshow, so I can use it in a future video.
Oh.
I even found the arrest record of my biological mother. Did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think all I said was I found the arrest record of my biological mother, and it's like, she better not keep talking shit. Because, you know, she accused Lily of being a criminal, but at one point in time, my mother literally stole a fucking car.
What?
It went on a 3 or 4 hour joyride before my grandparents found her. It wasn't even their car. From what I could gather, it was a nearby neighbor's car.
Look, here's the thing. Fine. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Anyways.
Wait, what did that say?
Oh, that was the Alex Jones, Joe Rogan. Look, here's the thing. I'm kind of retarded.
Hey, I broke the fucking cycle. People should be proud.
Fair enough. Anyways.
Alright, let's finish this motherfucker off.
Get back on it.
My hand, I don't care, bro. I can't take this anymore.
Oh boy, yeah, that's one way to react. So this is Ice Poseidon. We've recently talked about some of his antics in Japan, but he basically pioneered the modern version of IRL streaming, as he was by far the largest IRL streamer on Twitch, until he was banned for essentially being deemed a brand risk after he was swatted numerous times, with the final one being on the plane in LAX.
An online personality, somebody who streams video online, says it was a bomb threat and it was a prank. He says he was the target.
I felt really bad for everybody on the plane because they just had to sit there because of this guy who called. Like, he called in and said that I had a bomb on the plane. That's what he said. But he was pretending to be me.
And I mean, the laundry list of things that has happened throughout his career is too much to name here, but it's safe to say he's been a controversial figure for a while. But recently, he's been doing this challenge of IRL streaming 100 days straight while in Asia. And this has definitely taken a massive mental toll on the guy, especially a month in. We're actively watching a dude completely lose his mind live.
I'm just going to say this once, and then we're going to move right the fuck back along. The world is not your playground. The world is not your zoo. IRL streaming is retarded. It's a cancer. Nobody likes it. Stop doing it.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that one, bro, because, didn't I see this guy also made a fucking bomb threat?
He didn't. I don't know if he did. I know, well, like they just said in the news clip there that Atozy brought up, somebody swatted him and pretended to be him calling in a bomb threat, but I can't speak about Ice Poseidon because I don't know anything about him other than him being an IRL streamer.
Yeah, what about that one dude who sprayed pesticide all over the produce section?
I don't think he ever called in a bomb threat, but I mean, he's still retarded.
Well, I mean that's just a stupid.
That's bioterrorism.
Doesn't have to be a virus to be bioterrorism. Just saying.
Yeah.
This is not
Anyways.
okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's way down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out and just stop this? Please?
Oh, God.
Anyways.
Yeah.
And this is all really about a bunch of self-inflicted reasons that stems from the types of people he associates with, his actions while streaming, the toxic audience that's entertained by his downfall, and the people who are actively hunting the guy down. And then his girlfriend. And as I said previously, this is all happening while he's live streaming 24/7. So there's obviously a lot to cover, but let's stick to the main moments around this big viral crash out. Apparently, this live stream channel...
I fucking hate the fact that he is wearing a casino shirt right now. Far and away one of the best crime dramas of the 90s. Certainly one of the best movies of Martin Scorsese's filmography. Just two powerhouse performances from Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci.
And this guy is sitting here shitting on it.
and it's being worn by this fucking smegma.
This degenerate of a human being. Well, actually, I don't think he's worthy of being called a human being.
I mean, you have to be a world-class fucktard to think that live streaming for 100 days straight, practically 24/7, is a good idea.
And I'm sorry, but he looks like what would happen if you ordered my brother-in-law on Wish or Temu.
Yeah.
Because this guy looks like he has some... I don't know which heritage it is, but he looks like... He definitely looks like my brother-in-law in a different ethnicity.
He looks like he should be paired with the words windowless van and sex offender registry.
Good God. I keep having flashbacks to when I very briefly worked for a sex offender, and I had no idea he was a sex offender until after he fired me. And I caused him to lose a lot of jobs because I started calling around, and he struggled to find work as a DJ and karaoke guy after that.
Well, good.
Well, when he was 24, he assaulted a 16-year-old.
Ah.
And it's like, I don't care how long ago it was, you're still a piece of shit for that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure sex offenders are not allowed to live with kids or have kids. But his wife had her kids and living in the house with them, and I'm pretty sure that was also a no-no.
It is.
Well, good thing I called and reported that too.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on.
Yeah, let's
Challenges put a lot of stress on him and his girlfriend, as his girlfriend is not with him in Japan. She's at home in the US. He's live streaming 24/7, so he can't really be there for her. And he's also being a dumbass around other women on his live stream. And I mean, that just definitely rubs salt in the wounds of his girl. So I guess like one of the big things that people are talking about is there's some nose job speculations. And I'm saying speculations because I don't know what's true. But people are saying that she stole $20,000 from ICE to go get a nose job, and the nose job apparently didn't go well. Hence the reaction.
I can't believe this!
Well, from what I can tell, that's not true. At least the first half. I did confirm with ICE that she did not steal the money from him, and he willingly paid for it. But here's one of the viral clips that led up to the viral crash out.
Yeah, she's man. I'm over here working my ass off, trying to make money for us to live, and she's complaining that I was mean to her, or whatever, dude. Like, I don't even remember what the conversation was. I was just trying to say that if I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit, if you can just work with me, and if you can just make me feel better in that moment, so I can get out of this little cycle that I'm in, and then I can feel better afterwards.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, this is the down.
I just realized who that guy looks like.
Who?
So, he looks like frickin' Death Noodles.
Oh. Now I can't unsee it.
Exposed.
Well, Death Noodles is equally douchey.
Exposed.
He also looks like this one guy from a show I watched when I was a kid. This show called I'm in a Band, and there was this crazy drummer guy. Forgot the name of the actor, but there was a show on Disney XD that was very short-lived called I'm in the Band, and it starred forgot his name, but he looks like the drummer from that band. The guy who where there was literally a scene where he was like, I wonder what would happen if I took this internet cable and stuck it in my belly button. And then he puts it in his belly button, and all of a sudden he goes, "I know everything." I don't know which was worse when it came to stupid jokes like that. Short-lived sitcoms on Disney XD or Dan Schneider shows on Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
But you were right though. This guy looks like he looks like a windowless fan enthusiast.
He looks like a trench coat aficionado.
What I want to know is why he's allowed to walk free and allowed to travel.
I want to know why he doesn't. I want to know why he's not with why his girlfriend's not there with him. Why they're trying to do this 100 Days in Asia thing. I want to know why he thinks that doing this 100-day live stream thing is more important than being with his girl.
Well, you've seen how desperate influencers can get for just that tiny bit of clout. I mean, look at Jack Cowherty.
And didn't we just discover that the U.S. government's been subsidizing a lot of leftist influencers, and now they're begging for donations because that money well is drying up?
Womp womp, get a job.
Exactly, put the fries in the bag.
I remember seeing this video on, when I still had Snapchat, there was this video where it showed TikTokers on January 19th and 20th, and it was literally one of the D'Amelio sisters working behind a counter at Kroger.
I still love that that Trump actually did put the fries in the bag for a day.
I say one of the reasons Kamala lost was because she thought that because the election was rigged 4 years ago, that it would be rigged this time around, and she didn't know how to do anything.
I don't think she thought her campaign.
Huh?
I don't think she thought her campaign through. I think she just thought that she had the news media, she had most of social media, she had all of Hollywood in her corner. She actually thought, lest we forget that she not only blew a $1 billion campaign budget, but went $20 million over budget, and still came up snake eyes.
Well, Trump showed true. I'll be honest, not a big fan of Trump, but still prefer him over the alternative.
Yeah, because he commanded leadership during his campaign.
Oh, and he actually wants to do better for our veterans. The Democrats don't give a shit about our veterans.
Well, I mean, you've got a veteran in charge of the DOD, and you've got a veteran in charge of the intelligence, in charge of U.S. intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Hegseth, Marine, Iraq veteran. Tulsi Gabbard, Lieutenant Colonel in the Army, also a war veteran, who actually deployed, unlike Tim Walz, his Charlie Brown looking ass. He looks like an elderly Charlie Brown, I'm sorry. When he got bodied by every time J.D. Vance opened his mouth at the vice presidential debate, I just expected to hear Tim Walz just go, "Good grief."
That makes me think back to it was like a year or two ago, but for some reason that reminds me of when a couple years ago on the stream, I think we were talking about some bitch with the last name Kavanaugh who committed stolen valor.
Sarah Kavanaugh.
Oh, Kavanaugh, not Kavanaugh. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I mispronounced her name on purpose. Who knows? But I'm sorry, but I got no sympathy for anyone who wants to lie about being in action like that, because I guarantee you put that person in an actual combat scenario, they'll immediately shut the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would never lie about that kind of thing. I mean, shit, I'd give anything to be able to join the military, but they don't take autistic people. But I can understand where they're coming from with that policy, but still irks me that I'd be a good soldier, but they don't take autistic people. Well, like I said, it's all good.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
I can feel better afterward.
Yeah, I mean, this is the downside of live streaming 24/7 for over a month, especially if you don't have clear and set boundaries with your significant other. Small problems suddenly become big problems. And if that happens, without a doubt, you will go insane.
I don't want it. I said I don't want it, bro. If you want to, I'll break up with you. I don't know. I need somebody who's going to be with me through thick and thin, support my feelings when I'm out here working my ass off while you're sitting home doing nothing. You're at home doing nothing. I'm out here working my ass off, going mentally insane, so you can live a good life. And I'm the bad guy? Well, you're at home doing nothing. Like, dude, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Obviously, it escalated from there.
About telling girls.
Just, he stood up. It's about to get real.
Why does he strike me as the type of guy who would unironically complain about how live streaming is worse than working a 9 to 5?
I think after this incident, he's better off just getting a damn 9 to 5.
And this is one of the reasons you will never see me do content creation as a full-time job. I've said it before, I'll say it again, there's no job security in it.
I remember when everybody was freaking out about TikTok being shut down. And, it's ironic how people are trying to say, oh, Trump is the reason it's getting banned. No, Trump is the one who brought it back.
Yeah, probably, because TikTok actually helped him boost his numbers with young voters.
But the liberals are still trying to find ways to say, oh, but it wasn't really him who brought it back. Because, they're permanently damaged with the whole orange man bad mindset.
I think if you refuse to acknowledge somebody's accomplishments simply because you disagree with them politically, or you just, or out of petty differences of, out of petty differences of politics, you are equally as retarded as the people who blindly support them just because they, just because their politics align with yours, or the people that you disagree with don't like them. That's how I feel about so-called conservatives who throw their hats in the ring for Andrew Tate. It's like, if you despise Jeffrey Epstein, you are honor bound to despise Andrew Tate equally, because he is just Jeffrey Epstein from Temu.
I still say he looks like what would happen if Smeagol never found a One Ring and tried to join Jersey Shore instead.
Oh yeah, like I said when I roasted him in that one video, the first time I saw him, I thought it was an AI-generated image of Gollum as a GTA NPC.
But I have to agree with you. I mean, Andrew Tate and his brother are just fucking idiots.
He is a walking IQ test, and more than a few so-called conservatives are coming back full retard because of their blind support for him, because he makes the Wibs angry. and I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you support, if you're blindly supporting him just because he makes the people you disagree with cranky, you are just as retarded as the people who dislike him simply because he makes them cranky.
It's almost like he said, he looks like a walking case of fetal alcohol syndrome.
He does.
Exposed.
I mean, I'm also a little bit retarded because, my mother drank a little while pregnant with me, but I chose to let that joke slide.
And anybody on the right who supports him is he is the ultimate filter, and anybody on the right who supports him should immediately be ostracized from the entire movement. Period. Plain and simple.
And it's also like you said, time and time again, there's literally so many instances of him admitting to his crimes on camera.
Bragging about them even.
And trying to say he's caught in a quote-unquote matrix.
It's a conspiracy against masculinity. No, it's a conspiracy against fucking retarded-ass inability to shut his mouth.
He's just a worthless trafficker, grifter, groomer.
The only worth he has is for everybody to point and look at it and be like, see that guy? Don't do what he did. Do the opposite of what he does.
Besides, on one of our past streams, didn't he straight up admit to being with a 15-year-old when he was 21?
No, he admitted to being with a 15-year-old when he was in his... He admitted that one of his main girls, one of his top earners, was 21, and he said that she had been with him up to that point for 6 years.
Okay, so you know that meme of The Rock raising his eyebrow?
Yeah.
That's me right now.
Yeah, the people's eyebrow.
Just, not to mention, take that meme and also add a Vine boom sound effect to it, like, what? Or better yet, insert JonTron from that one video when he was talking about the video games that, like, I don't know, something about anti-drug video games.
Oh yeah, I remember that clip.
You look like a snake. What? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't utilized that clip. I don't think I utilized that clip since I made the video where I was it's the video where it was the clip from Power Rangers in Space where it sounds like the tiny monster said the N-word. Like the first, like the way I had it edited was, it's like it sounded like it said the N-word, and I quickly put in the first what, then have him repeat it, and then just went to JonTron sitting there for a second going, what the fuck? And then adding that clip from whoever it was going, this is so stupid, I can't quantify it.
Oh yeah, the Crimson Rogue clip.
Yeah, you gotta send me the link to that original video at some point.
This is so stupid I can't quantify it.
I mean, I have the clip. I just want to know what he was saying that about.
Well, it's a long one. It's from his 5-part review of this book called Empress Teresa. It's a full odyssey of just what the fuck is even going on in this book kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to send you the... I'll send you the... I'll try to remember to send you the link after the stream.
Okay.
Moving on.
But what I want to know is, I know I probably said this like a million times on streams before, but I'll just say it again. Some people have brain farts. Mine completely shits its pants.
It happens.
Huh?
I said it happens.
If I can't remember, it probably wasn't important, so let's just move on.
Well, they got big, son. I'm like, yeah, they got big. I don't give a. They got big. Yeah, I'm impressed by it. Like, I don't give a anymore. I don't give a shit. I'm done with it, bro. I'm tired of this shit, man.
How's he gonna explain a shirtless dude in bed to his girlfriend?
Like, I'm tired of getting impressed by her too. Like, bro, I could so many of these goddamn girls out here, and I don't. Okay, you better be thankful for that shit. If I want to say it, she got big. Yeah, she got big. What about it? Get the f over it.
So, I mean, this just looks like it's two
What the
emotionally
heck?
immature people dating in public where there's like 30,000 live people watching most of their interactions. So, that's a nightmare for anyone, to be honest. And clearly, it got to a point where he just completely lost it.
You tell her. No, you're up. I can't believe this. I don't care, dude. I don't care, Brian. Put my hand. I don't care, bro. I can't take this anymore.
It's us, broken. Good.
Glass.
Good. Yes. Stop the car. Oh my God. Stop the car. Huh? Stop the car.
Going insane. Stop the car.
Yeah, this car, man.
Are you okay, bro?
I'm fine.
Her face is my exact reaction to watching this. Because I'm just looking at this and I just can't, and all I'm thinking is, who in the farm fresh fuck finds this entertaining?
Retards.
12-year-olds with too much time on their hands, apparently.
Those goddamn iPad kids. Which is ironic considering, well, when I was 12, I was always on a tablet or a smartphone, so I don't have a lot of room to talk. But these iPad kids nowadays, bro, they're just talking about that sus, and that this is totally not skibbity right now.
Oh god, my nephew talks like that and he's 16.
Yeah, didn't he just get his license?
Yeah, he literally just got his license earlier this week.
Yeah. Raimi must be so proud.
Sure she is. Thank God he has he has, between football and wrestling practice, he doesn't have time to watch this level of retardation.
Well, good on your sister for keeping him busy. And also keeping him from engaging in this retarded behavior.
This inverted behavior.
She's definitely raising him right.
Yeah, I feel so bad for this woman in the car who has to listen to this screaming idiot in the seat in front of her.
That's the look on your face you get when your friend driving says, "Have you ever thought about how life is pointless?" while he speeds up to 110 miles per hour.
Oh.
Dude, 6 months after my cousin died, I was in the car with one of his friends, and he was a little bit loaded while he was driving, and he did a full-on 360 in the middle of the frickin' road, and I thought we were tumbling down a hill.
I've been in the car with a drunk driver before and was on an icy road.
Ugh.
And you could not pay me enough to go through that experience again.
Well, if you're drunk, don't fucking drive. It's that fucking simple.
Yeah.
And same what we said earlier about Andrew Tate. If you support Andrew Tate, I'm sorry, but anyone who supports Andrew Tate should probably be put on a frickin' list.
Yeah.
Same with anyone who supports Death Noodles.
Well,
I mean, he still has a decent amount of subscribers, but his viewership has gone rapidly down the hill. And that's why you don't try to fuck with Charlie.
I wouldn't know. I've never watched him. Never had reason to watch him.
Well, a big part of the reason why his channel is slowly failing now is because he tried to have beef with Penguin Zero and it backfired tremendously.
I vaguely remember that happening, but I honestly didn't care enough to pay attention to it because I just hate E-drama. I think E-drama is the dictionary definition of weaponized autism.
Title drop.
Roll credits.
Alexa, play What I've Done by Linkin Park.
Nah, don't do that. We'll get copyright claimed.
God damn it. Yeah, YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, but when YouTube started initiating all these copyright rules, I'm sorry, a lot of creators took a major ass fucking.
No, I have a friend at work who does music on the side, and I've got him working up an intro theme for our streams.
Oh, fuck yeah. Probably a lot better than the one where I look at the phone and I go, Chris! I have to admit, that was a good impression.
It was.
To those who want context, he had me film a stream intro a while back, and let's just say that I wanted to be more aggressive flipping that table, but I couldn't because family was visiting, and kids were asleep on the futon because they had just drove 15 hours from Illinois.
Right.
And it's like, if they weren't there, I would have been more aggressive with that table flip. But there's also the fact that I have downstairs neighbors who I don't want to make mad because I actually like them.
Right.
But he put a Godzilla roar over me flipping the table.
Hey, I thought it was appropriate.
I enjoy that you put the classic Godzilla roar too, although I'm surprised you didn't put the Monster Burst Godzilla roar.
I tried to find a good soundbite of it, but I just couldn't find one that I liked that would arbitrarily be cut off in the middle of it. So I just I decided, okay, I'll just go with an OG one.
And that's fair, considering sometimes in the original series, Godzilla had a short roar and sometimes had a long roar. Monsterverse Godzilla sometimes has exclusively the long roar.
Yeah, pretty much.
They gotta admit, it's a pretty... The way they I was honestly expecting a whole new roar with this one, not like a classic roar. But they basically took the classic roar and modernized it.
Yeah.
Like there was that shrill at the beginning and then the deep at the end.
Yeah.
I heard they went through probably like 100 different roars before they settled on that one. And I definitely like it better than the 98 roar, even though the 98 roar was basically just the remixed classic roar. Did I say that right?
Yeah, he is an encyclopedia of Godzilla, so...
Yeah, sorry, y'all. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. Fuck you if you have a problem with it.
Anyways.
Nah, don't cancel us. Don't cancel us.
You have to be capable of being canceled before you can be canceled.
Well, and plus, who's going to cancel a simple basic podcast?
Exactly.
None of us. I'm pretty sure we both have clean records, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Why, bro?
Crashing out. It's crashing out.
I don't know. I can't support people. worst time ever. Oh, worst hit. It's time. Down in this car. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, this is
genuinely
just sad. I
terrified.
mean, like, at what point?
What was that?
I said she looks genuinely terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, you would be too if you were in the backseat listening to this bugging.
Yeah. I mean, if I had it here, this is just one. If I was her, stuck in this car with this idiot crashing out and all these guys going like, dude, calm down, bro, calm down. There's one thought be going through my head.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here.
What would that be?
That would be the clip I just played.
Oh, I didn't catch it because the screen share is very iffy when it comes to you sharing clips.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here.
Hey, Ice. If you want a way to ameliorate the crash out, I can think of a certain forest in Japan that you could go visit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Are you talking about the one? Are you talking about the one that made a horror movie about like 10 years ago?
The one that Logan Paul went to.
Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it! Emotional, damn it!
I like Dark
Emotional.
humor, but holy fuck. Here, I'll tell you something a little better to tell so you won't get canceled. Like, I'd ask if you lost a stick, but I think I know where it is. But you know what I would do if I was in the back seat with this guy? I'm sorry. At that point, I probably just to put us both out of our misery. I'd probably just take off my belt, put it around his neck from behind, and let us crash.
Well, they're in Japan. It's right-hand drive, like in England.
Yeah, I know that.
And it looks like she's sitting behind Ice, who's on the passenger side. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like he was driving the car.
Well, I'd hope he wasn't driving. I mean, well,
He was sitting on
probably better him
the
driving.
he was sitting on the left-hand side of the car, so he was definitely not driving.
Well, still, probably better him to drive than the guy having a freaking crash out at the wheel.
Well, Ice is the guy having a crash out.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's why I said in Japan it's like the UK. Their driver's side is on the right side of the car, as opposed to the left side, like over here in the States.
Yeah. It's just I don't have an issue with it, with the being on the other side, but I imagine going over there. Imagine being an American going over to those places for the first time and getting in the passenger side on accident.
Well, you just think back to what Michael Caine said in The Italian Job when they were getting ready to do the heist. He goes, "Remember, in this country, they drive on the wrong side of the road."
Oh, Michael Caine is a treasure.
He is. He's a global treasure.
What's the point of those? What's the point of those sit-ups if you can't live the bloody log?
Italian Job. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
I still think in modern times he was probably one of the best. I prefer Jeremy Irons, but I think before Jeremy Irons was Alfred, I think one of the best Alfreds was definitely Michael Caine.
I am still shocked that Michael Caine never played James Bond. He would have been the perfect successor to Sean Connery as James Bond.
Weren't weren't they born around the same time?
No, he's younger than Sean Connery.
Yeah, because I think Michael Caine was born like the 40s.
Well, Sean Connery was 90 when he died.
So he was born in 1930.
Yeah.
Or 1929 at least.
I think it was 1930. And Michael Caine would have been born sometime afterwards. So, okay, maybe it was about the same time, but he was definitely... Well, he hasn't reached 90 yet. But again, he would have been the perfect successor to Sean Connery as James Bond.
Yeah. Sorry, I spaced out for like 5 to 10 seconds.
It's alright.
I dissociate so hard it feels like my soul leaves my body and has to find a way back inside.
Hey, sometimes it happens.
One time Lily hit the curb. I wish we still had the video, but one time I was in the car with Lily and she accidentally hit the curb to the restaurant. Like the curb in the parking to the restaurant. And my eyes went so far in the back of my head. And this was caught on her front, and she had a camera that was facing both her and the passenger, facing both her and the passenger seat, and the other camera facing like in front of the car. And it literally caught, and if you look closely, you'll see my eyes roll back into the back of my head for about 5 seconds before I snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
So that's my stomach at that point, because I about threw up in her front seat. And her only response was giggling and saying, "Oops, my bad. I'm surprised she didn't say I'm an asparagus." But no, she's probably the only, well, I know a lot of Leos, but she's the one Leo I've actually known for years who's actually been nice.
Right.
Keep in mind, I went to high school with this chick. Well, probably shouldn't call her a chick. She might take offense to it, but, you know. But that begs the question. I forgot the fucking question. Never mind. Let's move on.
Point you pull the plug and take a break, because filming yourself act like this for profit is fascinating, to put it lightly. But people are reporting saying that he did this inside of a taxi cab, but I did confirm that this was a rental day.
I mean, like Foot Clan Ninja from TMNT.
Hold on, OBS just shit itself. Try reconnecting to the stream. Okay. Because it just told me that because I just got an alert from OBS saying that it was disconnecting from the stream. So,
did it stop the stream?
No. No, I just had to refresh it, but we're good.
I was about to say, was I talking too much and did YouTube get tired of me?
Maybe, but...
Oh, gee, fuck you, Chris.
I just forgot where we were.
But on that note, did you know that the guy who voices Raphael in the original TMNT cartoon will go on to voice Donatello in the 2012 Nickelodeon show?
No, I was not aware of that.
I still think it's crazy ironic. Meanwhile, in the 2012 animated show, Raphael is voiced by the guy who plays Sam in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Huh.
Sean Astin or Aston or however it's pronounced.
It's Sean Astin. I still find it wild. Sure. I still find it wild that in the 1987 cartoon, Leonardo is voiced by Liquid Snake.
Who?
Cam Clark, who voices Leonardo in the 1987 TMNT cartoon, is the same guy who voices Liquid Snake in Metal Gear Solid.
voice acting, man. It's a good way to get yourself into absolutely anything.
Oh, you think that's wild when you recognize voices? How about when you recognize the faces of voice actors? I recently rewatched this late '90s martial arts movie called Drive with Mark Dacascos, the guy who played Zero in John Wick 3. Out of the clear blue, there's a scene where two cops are responding to gunfire in a bar where the bad guys are trying to kill Mark Dacascos. One of the cops is David fucking Hayter.
Any relation to Bill Hader?
No, but David Hayter is the voice of Solid Snake.
Like, are we talking about the original PS1 game?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, yeah, because Kiefer Sutherland never voiced Solid Snake. He voiced a clone of Big. He voiced a double for Big Boss.
I still think that back in like the mid to late 2000s that they did a sequel right quick to the first Silent Hill film, and they did it based off Silent Hill 2. I still think Kiefer Sutherland could have played a good James Sunderland.
Yeah, I can see that.
And didn't you cast Kiefer Sutherland as Wesker in one of your Resident Evil cast videos?
Yeah, I did like Resident Evil, but it's like Welcome to Raccoon City, but it's with a '90s cast, and I put Kiefer Sutherland in for Wesker.
I get the feeling that if they did do it in the 90s, I feel like David Boreanaz would have been actually cast as Chris instead of Ben Affleck, but I think either would make a good Chris.
Well, the reason I chose Affleck is because, Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms.
And plus, if they kept doing sequels throughout the years, he could have continued to play Chris Redfield.
Oh, definitely.
And showed him getting older, more grizzled.
Oh, yeah. Like, Affleck now could easily play RE8 Chris.
Yeah, because if they would have started these films back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and they kept it going up till now with an actual consistent cast and consistent storyline that's like that of the games, yeah, Ben Affleck could have returned over and over again as Chris Redfield.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe even that... Who is the kid from Terminator 2 who could have played Leon? Everett Furlong?
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't have gotten so hard into drugs and alcohol then.
That's just a common thing when it comes to child acting.
Which is funny because Leon, throughout the games, has a drinking problem.
I mean, can you blame him for the shit he puts up with?
Hey, over 20 years on, and he still won't stop griping about Raccoon City.
Can't say I blame him.
Yeah, but you don't hear Claire bitching.
And that actually genuinely concerns me.
Yeah, it's because she's figured out how to move on.
No alcohol needed.
Excuse me, I gotta go shut my dog up.
Huh?
Dude.
But remember that one day, it was like a year or two ago, but I posted that old photo of me wearing my RPD hoodie, and I was holding a beer and flipping off the camera, and I tagged you in a comment saying Leon when people ask him about his first day. Come on, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was just... I mean, alcoholism's not something to joke about, but the middle finger is.
Alright. hopefully my dog has calmed down. I don't know what he was barking at outside, but
Oh, what's the breed again?
he's a mix of a black lab and a Dachshund.
Oh well, it's the dachshund part making him bark at nothing.
I'm convinced he's part husky because when he grows his fur out, he looks like a bear cub, and he loves the snow.
Yeah, you want to know why huskies are? I'm pretty sure huskies are so stubborn because they're bred that way to be good sled dogs and go through the winter landscape for hours at a time.
YouTube's been recommending me a lot of videos of huskies lately, and one of them that I keep seeing pop up is this one where the dog is just laying out there as the snow is falling, and the chick with the camera, I guess I assume she's the owner, is like, "It's bedtime, let's go," and the dog just goes, "No."
Dude, I saw a similar one where this husky was resting against this girl's lap or whatever, and the guy says his name like Kai, and the husky just goes, "No."
I've seen that one too.
Like, I'm not dealing with your shit. Nope. I'm convinced that huskies genuinely tried to copy human speech.
Oh yeah.
And call me crazy, but I've had conversations that lasted for like 15 to 20 minutes with huskies. They always... Huskies are the dog breed who always have to have the last word in an argument.
Oh yeah.
And there's another one where it's a husky and, actually, no. That wasn't a husky, but there was this rescue dog, and this lady kept saying, "Leave me alone." The dog kept going, "Or what? Or what? Or what?" There's also another one of a husky going, "Hell no! Hell no! Hell no!" It sounded like he was saying hell no to being told to go outside. I can't wait till we can get a dog again.
Yeah.
I mean, Lily still has Turbo, but Turbo is living with her sister.
Right.
No, that's the great pit bull she rescued.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anyone says, pit bulls are good family dogs. If a pit bull is aggressive, it's not their fault, it's the owner's fault.
Yeah.
Okay, I get the feeling Chris just wanted me to shut the fuck up so we can move on, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up and move on.
Is it that obvious in my tone?
Well, you just confirmed what I already know.
Fair enough.
Let's go.
You need to rest.
I'm not actually going to kill her. I was just so mad I couldn't control what I was saying. That's just how I felt.
That's God telling you to shut the fuck up and end the stream.
It was a hyperbole. Hyperbole.
Dumbass.
Right. Yeah, that's the massive downside of live streaming for over a month straight until you have a mental breakdown. But the upside is, I mean, obviously it's lucrative. The dude is making some serious bank from this. This is essentially just a live reality TV show that everyone can join at any time. But thankfully, he does go on to address the window.
I gotta pay for this windshield. It's probably gonna be expensive.
Maybe we will see.
How much is this? How much will this cost?
We have our insurance. So.
I don't think the insurance will apply to punching a window.
Did you punch?
Yeah, I punched it. I'm surprised I didn't just go straight through the window, honestly.
Maybe homeless. Because of homeless. Homeless through the snow column last time. So it was a week already.
Whatever.
I mean, hey, at least he's not wanting to commit insurance fraud live, and he did address fixing the window right away. So it seems like he's doing the bare minimum here, hopefully. But obviously, all of this commotion has caused the Japanese public to release a wanted poster with all of these IRL streamers who are currently streaming in Japan or...
I'm surprised Johnny Somali is still on there, considering he hasn't been in Japan in over a year.
I feel like it's like with John Panette and the Chinese buffet, where the guy, even after 20 plus years, the guy still had his picture up saying, "No buffet, you son of a bitch." He was rude though. He come out every hour. Oh, he's still here. He goes again. I give him enough. I gave him enough MSG to kill Elephant. Why does he keep coming back?
Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
Like, you still keep going. You go now. You here 4 hours. Why you here 4 hours? Why you have spare rib? You so big. Eat vegetable. You traumatize my wife. Surprised John Panette never got canceled for using an Asian accent.
It was a different time.
Yeah, John Panette passed away in 2014. He was only 50.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He lost all that weight to better his health, but it was apparently, I guess by then it was too late, and he passed away not long after that interview. Like, he literally looked... You know the Stephen King movie Thinner?
Never heard of it.
Well, it's a Stephen King movie. It's called Thinner. It's about a guy who accidentally runs down the daughter of a gypsy, and a gypsy puts a curse on him, and he starts rapidly losing weight. And at first he thinks it's a miracle, but then he literally gets close to being skin and bone.
Ugh.
He looked like the guy from Thinner. And more healthier.
Huh.
What I want to know is how he started to improve his health, but I guess it was too late because he still died.
Well, once your body gets used to being at a certain weight, it can be an active struggle to get it off. And all that weight puts a strain on your heart, and like losing, I don't know what procedure he went through to lose it, but
I think it was exercise and a better diet. I can't say for sure. It could have been like a weight loss surgery or what I know. Maybe it could have been what Gabriel Iglesias was talking about when he said the doctor wanted to take his stomach and make it the size of a hard-boiled egg. That way he eats this much and he loses weight with time. But I don't know if it's actually something that's going to work. But I don't know the circumstances behind his weight loss, so I don't know if I have any room to talk.
Right.
Still, it's sad considering that his comedy helped me through a lot of hard times in my life. And the summer before he died, it was my freshman year, nearing the end of my freshman year, and that summer I was gonna go with a friend to a show of his, but then 2 months before, in April of 2014, Bob Saget tweeted that he died. Then 8 years later, Bob Saget bit the dust too. But, life subtracts.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bob Saget. But, anyway, let's just move on before I, inevitably don't shut the fuck up.
Or have been streaming in Japan. And of course, Johnny Somali has decided to reinsert himself into this, claiming that ICE is his leader. And then, obviously, he doubled down with the video.
Hello to the people of Japan and the people of the world. I want to make this message because I've been gone for a long time. Let me introduce myself if you don't know me already. I am Johnny Somali. I am part of the criminal nuisance live streamer gang called CX. I am a high-ranking member in the black sheep of the family. We are ran by our top leader, Ice Poseidon. He's the leader of CX, and Miskiff, the leader of OTK. We are part of a live streaming international criminal mafia of nuisance streamers that have came to Japan to bring you freedom, to bring you American values. You weak Japs will never stop us. You will never stop CX. You will never stop Johnny Somali. You will never stop Ice Poseidon.
He says this from South Korea, where he literally cannot leave. At the moment, he's completely travel banned.
What's a nice way to tell someone they look retarded?
Sir, you're missing your helmet.
Yeah, I guess that's one way. I'm sorry, but Johnny Somali also looks like the type who needs to have his flat hard drive checked by the FBI.
He looks like a product of heavy metal. Not because he listens to that genre of music, but because he ate too much lead paint in his formative years.
I mean, the guy's only like, what, 25?
Roughly.
Oh, great. 20, not even a quarter of a century old, already ruined his life.
He looks like someone who enjoys getting pegged. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put that out there. And it's probably in how he's paying for being able to stay in South Korea, because he can't stream. He's not on a work visa. He can't work, quote unquote. So he's got a buddy who lives in South Korea, so he's probably staying at that guy's place and is probably paying for being able to stay there through let's just say some extracurricular activities.
I don't think I want to know.
Let's just say he looks like the catcher.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Ugh. Yeah, just
Paul Denino,
sorry,
who was
just
my
shut
mentor,
up.
my teacher, my leader. If it was not for Ice Poseidon, I would have never came to Japan.
But it actually turns out that this account that created the wanted poster showing them is allegedly a troll account ran by Johnny or an affiliate. So it does kind of make sense that Johnny immediately used this post to insert himself into the conversation. At this point, they're kind of acting like crabs in a bucket. They're just dragging each other down and taking turns on crashing out. Ice is definitely not the leader or mentor of Johnny, though. As he's made it very clear that he doesn't want to associate with him at all.
And if you try to arrest Ice Poseidon, if you try to stop Paul Denino or any of our group, if you try to stop ABZ Abdullah, the terrorist, the one that paid for all of our kick deals and steak deals, if you try to stop ABZ Abdullah, this fat I promise you I'll be back in Japan soon. You'll never stop Kang Joel. You'll never stop Hugh Sama, Showtime, and all these leeches. We will destroy Japan. And I promise you, if you arrest any of them, if you stop any of them, if you attack any of them, I will come back to Japan and I will bring back vengeance.
Yeah, the dude
making terroristic threats on video.
And another charge to that list of already long charges.
Yep.
Game's always between you and getting called a cunt. That drop dye of yours looks like the hood on a cunt to me, Jack. When you talk, your mouth looks like a cunt movie.
I ain't gonna get no gunfight with you, Hickok.
But you will run your cunt mouth at me.
I'm sorry, but this character of Keith Carradine and his character in Dexter are polar opposites. Because, yeah, there's instances of the C word being used in Dexter, but none of them by Keith Carradine. He used a laid-back, easygoing FBI agent
Yeah, and
who quickly... Huh?
And in Deadwood, he's playing Wild Bill Hickok.
Basically. But, we've only heard, but in the show, I've only heard him say the damn it word and the S word. Never, the only C word I really remember hearing was by John Lithgow. Like, did you hear that John Lithgow was cast as Dumbledore in the Max Harry Potter reboot?
I heard that, and I was just like... And I just remembered that when they were getting ready to do the first Harry Potter movie, that Chris Columbus explicitly refused to cast anybody who was not from the UK.
I mean,
he wanted only British, Irish, and Scottish actors.
Again, fair point.
So much that he outright turned down Robin Williams, because Robin Williams auditioned to play Hagrid.
Now, see, I would have let that slide, because I feel like he would have been a good Hagrid.
But, again, Chris Columbus only explicitly wanted actors from the UK, which is why Robbie Coltrane wound up getting that part.
Didn't he pass away?
He did a few years back. At the age of 70, if I recall correctly.
Damn.
Which that was probably my sister's introduction to him, was playing in Harry Potter. My introduction to him was at GoldenEye when he played Valentin Zukovsky.
Oh yeah, are we talking about the GoldenEye movie?
Yeah.
See, that's the one Bond movie I don't think I've seen all the way through.
Oh man, that was my introduction to James Bond.
Do you know if there's anywhere I can stream it?
I'll look it up later. I want to say Prime has all the Bond movies. At least they should, because Amazon MGM now has the full rights to the Bond franchise. Unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah, I found it very surprising when John Lithgow was cast as Dumbledore, and I remember when Ryan, a mutual friend of ours, Ryan, posted a link to it, and I commented saying, "Shut up, cunt," Dumbledore said calmly. Because in Dexter, he straight up says, "Shut up, cunt," to his character's wife. Because John Lithgow was playing a serial killer who had been active for at least 30 years. And he was using his family as cover, and Dexter was at their house for Thanksgiving, and John and Arthur, his character, was just done with everybody, and his wife tried to see how thankful she was for him, and he just straight up said, "Shut up, cunt."
Yeesh.
And I can't remember what Ryan replied with, but apparently it was, I'm trying to think of a character that Dumbledore didn't like. But I remember back in 2018, 2019, when Dumbledore said calmly was a trending meme or whenever.
Yeah.
But Harry Potter and the First Amendment. And just think to that movie Daniel Radcliffe was in where the guns were stuck to his hands.
Oh, yeah. I think it was called like Akimbo or something like that.
Yeah, I think Decker Shadow did a review of it a little while back, but I've only seen the image of Daniel Radcliffe standing there in his robe and slippers, just holding these guns up with a crazy expression on his face, and it's like... And then the bottom portion of the meme said, "Harry is adjusting well to America."
Well, yeah, because his hands are literally nailed to the fucking guns.
And it's like, wait a minute, is this movie ripping off Hardcore Henry?
If it was, it'd be in first person. From start to finish.
That's one. You know what? I'm surprised we still haven't gotten a Call of Duty movie yet, or a Call of Duty TV series. But if they do make one, you know who would be a good Captain Price? Henry Cavill.
I can see it.
I'm just trying to think who I would cast as Soap.
20 years ago, I would have said Vinnie Jones.
Oh yeah.
Because when I played Modern Warfare 2, I thought he had that Vinnie Jones look.
I assume you're talking about the one from 2009?
Yeah.
Like the old one?
Yeah. Because I haven't played the new one yet.
Avoid it. The campaign's not bad, but everything else about it, just avoid it.
Well, because whenever I play Call of Duty, I never touch anything but the campaign, pretty much. So...
Yeah, you made it very clear you're not a multiplayer person, so you're okay with letting me run around by myself, chased by zombies. Is that it? No, I'm just kidding.
Pretty much, yeah.
But like I said, when I get my PS5 and... Well, I figured if I can't somehow screen share on Discord on PS5, I'm going to just probably have you like watch the stream from my channel. And then we can just coordinate through Discord.
Right.
It might be a little late, and if we're lucky, hopefully on your end, the stream will be 60 frames per second. If we're lucky, so you won't. So it might not be too delayed, and you can actually get good gameplay footage from me.
Mm.
But that makes me wonder. So you know how Sam Worthington voiced Alex Mason in the first two Black Ops, right?
Yeah.
Was he also modeled after Sam Worthington?
As I recall correctly, for the cutscenes for Black Ops 1, that was his face they were using. And maybe in Black Ops 2. It's been a while since I tried playing Black Ops 2, and I never finished it, but I vaguely remember him looking like Sam Worthington in some of the cinematics.
I'm still a little irked that in Black Ops Cold War they didn't bring back the original actors for Woods or Mason.
Well, they changed Jason Hudson's actor between Black Ops 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, one of
not 3, Cold War.
Chronologically, it's Black Ops, Cold War.
Because Black Ops 1, he was voiced by Ed Harris, and then Black Ops 2, he was voiced by Michael Keaton.
Wasn't Ed Harris like that one gangster guy in Viggo Mortensen's A History of Violence?
I think so. I've only seen clips of History of Violence, but yeah, I believe he was.
Yeah, he was also the coach in Radio.
He was also the big bad guy in the movie The Rock with Nick Cage and Sean Connery.
Huh. Have you seen Radio?
I have not.
But you know what it's about.
Never heard of it.
Well, it's a movie. It's a true story about this special needs student named with a nickname Radio, and Ed Harris plays the coach, while Radio is played by Cuba Gooding Jr. Basically, he's being a mentor to this, say nicely, very special needs teenager. And basically, he doesn't want to graduate, but they have him graduate, but they still let him come back every year afterwards to be the football coach assistant. it's a very heartwarming story considering, well, not really considering, but about 4 or 5 years ago, the person radio was based on passed away at 70-something.
Doesn't sound like my kind of movie.
Yeah, well, what's the name? What's the term for a film based on true events?
It's a biopic.
A bio what?
A biopic.
Yeah. But back to voice actors. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm a little irked that they didn't bring back any of the original voice actor for Black Ops Cold War, but I still think it's pretty cool because in Zombies, you can pick whatever operator you want. You can play as. You actually pick between Mason, Weaver, Hudson, and Woods. And when the game first came out, I was only playing as Woods.
Well, yeah, because he's the best character.
Huh?
He was my favorite character in Black Ops 1. Well, him and Reznov.
Yeah. I wished it would have made Reznov a playable operator in Black Ops Cold War. But it wouldn't make sense considering he literally died at Bermuda in Black Ops 1. So he was basically hallucinating Reznov throughout the entirety of the game.
Yeah, it was a Tyler Durden situation.
Kind of like in Dexter Season 6 when Colin Hanks' character, that's the son of Tom Hanks, Colin Hanks' character imagined he was getting help from his professor, but the whole time he was acting alone, and he was just a schizophrenic who thought that God was telling him to bring about the end of the world. And he was doing crimes, he was killing people and setting up their bodies as tableaus from the Book of Revelation.
Huh.
And I'll be honest, that season is why I was an atheist for a long time, because there's sadly, in real life, people who literally use their faith as a way to excuse their crimes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I mean, I realize that not everybody will do that, and not everyone is like that, but it still turned me off from religion for a long time when I first watched it. But now I'm a LDS member, so, and I go to church almost every Sunday. And I don't care what anyone says, church, especially after the toxic church I went to back home, it's nice to be at a church where it's actually, you know, they actually do practice what they preach, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But, then there was like a year after Black Ops Cold War came out when they finally added Mason as a playable operator, and I started playing as him exclusively. And he literally has a quote. Where I think it happens if you kill a zombie with a knife after this specific zombie hit you, cause you damage, he'll literally say, "That's how we settle things in Bermuda." Like, there are a lot of Black Ops 1 references with his quotes in Zombies. Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay. You're just listening to me ramble?
Yeah.
Okay. He also had another quote where if you kill a bunch of zombies with a grenade, he'll say, "My name is Alex Mason, and I will have my revenge." And it's like, It's been over 20 years since that, Mason. Calm down. And that's my biggest gripe with Black Ops 6, because, well, supposedly Mason is dead in Black Ops 6, but I'm hoping later on in a later season they say, "Oh, he's not really dead. Gotcha." Because it just doesn't feel like a Black Ops game without Mason, and I think that's why Black Ops 3 and 4 kind of failed.
Oh,
It's like if they tried to...
Black Ops 3 failed because it was another Black Ops 2 or Advanced Warfare where they were like, well, if you can't beat them, just steal everything about their aesthetic and gameplay, whether it was Titanfall 2 or stealing from Titanfall or stealing Deus Ex's entire aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. It was a jetpack Call of Duty.
With the same goofy ass apparatus that got Forrest Gump picked on as a child. And then Black Ops 4 was like, yeah, let's just cut the campaign completely out of it.
And they took out at least they took out the jetpack gameplay. It was kind of sort of traditional Call of Duty gameplay, but no campaign definitely damaged it.
Yeah, that was definitely the reason I avoided it.
And in place, they put in a Battle Royale mode because they were trying to copy Fortnite.
If I want Battle Royale, I will just reread the book Battle Royale, because I just finished that yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Literally, the only good thing about Black Ops 4 was the zombies, but even that couldn't save the game.
I'll take your word for it, because that's one piece of the Call of Duty franchise I will never touch.
Yeah. Now, let's also not forget, there's also, trying to think. But it's like I said earlier, trying to make a Black Ops game about Alex Mason is like trying to make a Modern Warfare game about Price.
Fair point.
Because I feel like Price is either the Mason or the Woods of the Modern Warfare timeline.
Oh, he's definitely the Woods.
Are you saying Soap is the Mason because he fucking died?
No, I'm just saying that Price and Woods pretty much serve the same purpose.
Yeah. And let's also not forget that with the Modern Warfare reboot trilogy is now in the same continuity as the Black Ops series. Because you noticed it too when Zakaya made an appearance in the Black Ops Cold War campaign.
Yeah, that's right.
Am I talking too much?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay then, sorry.
I just don't know a polite way to say it.
I mean, that's fair. At least I didn't say anything bad, right?
No, I just don't know a polite way to let you know when you are talking too much. Then again, I'm
fair
not
point.
Do what?
I said fair point. And it's like, shut up!
No, I've got the right clip for that. I'm gonna pull it up.
So shut up, bitch!
I didn't quite catch it.
So shut up, bitch!
Okay. Hint taken.
I just don't know a polite way to say that.
Yeah, because I take up most of the stream with this shit.
It happens.
No, we're good. But we're all good though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're fine.
All right, let's go.
Dude is currently banned from going to Japan, and he's stuck in Korea for who knows how long due to this ongoing trial. So it's not like he can actually pull up to Japan and do anything. And speaking of which, this is definitely not going to help his trial. What will be interesting to see, though, is what his trial outcome will be, because just looking at it, he's been playing all of his cards in the worst way possible. So you would think that he would get some serious time for all of this because he's doing everything wrong, essentially. Because the dude is literally doing the opposite of what any reasonable person would do in a situation like this. So, it'll be really interesting to see what he actually ends up getting in South Korea. But when it comes to Ice Poseidon, though, he's not even halfway done when it comes to his 100-day stream marathon, and he's already crashing out like that. So I'm worried worse things are going to happen throughout this, but who knows? Hopefully my worries are wrong. That is not stopping the Japanese public from literally hunting Ice. So he's had his life threatened multiple times. He's currently being stalked. So the Japanese public, they are just over with any live streamers who can come across as disrespectful for their culture. And I mean, after Johnny Somali, it makes sense to me that...
Good. Drive them all out. Get every single one of them out of Japan. Japan is not a playground. It is not a zoo. If you're not going to respect...
They're not so... I'm sorry, what?
If you're not going to respect them, if you're not going to respect their culture, stop acting like a generic, like a stereotype of a tourist, and fuck off all the way.
Right. They're not so easygoing like the United States is.
Don't forget, they still have the Yakuza over there.
And they will... Didn't they chase somebody out of Japan?
I believe Johnny Somali was one of the people they chased out of Japan. I mean, now granted, the country does not. It's not like a Yakuza game where you walk down half a block and then suddenly you're in a street fight. They're a lot more subtle about it. Like, if you want to know how they operate, I just watched earlier today. I watched a movie called Outrage: Way of the Yakuza. This gangster movie from 2010 from Takashi Kitano, which is like, that's fucking Yakuza right there, dude.
Aren't they basically a gang you don't want to fuck with?
Oh yeah, they're the Japanese equivalent to the Mafia.
Makes sense. But they don't seem like the type to be doing drug deals.
Some do, and some refuse to touch that stuff. Understandably so.
Yeah.
But still, I would not fuck with a country that has a notorious... number one, their legal system has a notoriously high conviction rate, and number two, they have one of the most brutal and ruthless crime organizations in the world. Granted, the cartels are worse because the Yakuza at least have a code of honor, and the cartels don't. But still.
I mean, the way I see it, you shouldn't be fucking with any gang or cartel.
No.
Because they will rain down hellfire on you faster than you can say butternuts.
Yeah, I mean...
What?
I mean, cartels will go after you for spitting on the sidewalk. The Yakuza has a certain line, and they'll wait until you cross it before they start fucking you up.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm retarded, but I know better than to fuck with a gang or a cartel.
Well, the easiest way to not piss off a cartel is just stay out of Mexico.
Yeah. Or just don't be stupid, period.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm retarded, but I would never get myself involved in that kind of shit.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
They would push back on anyone who...
Do what?
I said, alright, we got 17 seconds left on this one.
Who's essentially profiting from being live and teetering on being disrespectful in their country. But either way, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Peace.
So yesterday I learned about his
guys.
Do what?
The guy who apparently got arrested for threatening 911. Is he one of those transgender people who try to use it as a way to escape their crimes?
You know, I don't know, and we'll probably have to save that for the next stream.
Yeah, because let's see, it is
It's like 20 minutes to 8.
yeah, it's 20 minutes to 9 where I'm at.
Yeah. I have no idea who Deshae Frost is. I have a feeling that by the time Jamari's done with this video, I will wish I never found out who Deshae Frost is.
I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, if it says horrible streamer, they're probably not lying.
Yeah, with Jamari, I just assume he's being straight with the title.
Yeah, he's right. He's right up there with Charlie in terms of honesty and brutality.
I don't know, but this guy looks like a Temu Gary Coleman. He looks like he's got the same short man syndrome that Gary Coleman had.
He looks like Temu brand Chris Brown to me.
Ugh.
So yesterday I learned about a streamer named Deshae Frost, and he has to be just about the horniest person of all time. Well,
bro.
Okay, now he looks like Jussie Smollett, or however it's fucking pronounced.
Juicy Smollett.
Isn't he a French actor?
I mean, I don't think he actually is French. Although he is kind of.
I've only seen one thing with him in it, and that was Alien Covenant. And I think he gets a xenomorph. I think he's the guy who got a xenomorph. So you know the second mouth that xenomorphs got in their mouths?
Uh-huh.
He got that to the back of his head in the shower.
And nothing of value was lost.
Well, granted, this was before he faked having a hate crime against him, but yeah, still.
Yeah.
well, maybe it's a tie between him and the 50-year-old about the horniest person.
Do what?
I said, hey, I'm somewhat staying on topic. How about that?
I still cannot get over that Jamari put his face on Quagmire.
He just ruined Giggity for me.
Person of all time. Well, maybe it's a tie between him and the 50-year-old virgin Skippy. Before Deshae, he would quickly realize that running around in public, streaming yourself acting like a dog in heat, would actually have real-life consequences, after he was banned for taking things too far. Now, as you guys can see by the caption, Deshae Frost gets pressed for trying to shoot his shot at someone's sister, and to me the caption is not very accurate because he didn't just go up and say, hey, you're so beautiful, can I get your phone number, can I get your Instagram, something normal like that. This guy had a whole different cold call approach.
Do what?
I said, why is he flirting with a girl who looks like Smeagol?
To this interaction.
I'm not gonna lie, but you look good. On some rest. I'll f you right now.
And I'm sure there's some brain rot kids.
Huh?
Huh?
You look hot as fuck. I'll fuck you right now. Huh?
You'll have
Are you
to run the
retarded?
last part one more time, because I'm cutting out.
Are you retarded?
Oh, okay.
It's out there that would just say,
I'll f you right now.
and I'm sure there's some brain rot kids out there that would just say, oh, he's just rizzing her up, bro. He's got that sexual harassment riz.
But can I get your number and shit? We can get some food? No?
Yeah.
Like get some food and shit? Like vibe out and shit?
Wow, can you guys believe she doesn't want to get some food and vibe out and shit? I mean, the guy doesn't even know her name, nor if she's even like 18 years old. She looks pretty young, but he's out here right off the bat saying that he wants to.
No, you're not with it. Like, look, you look good as f you right now, though.
He's like, I know the line didn't work the first time, but.
I'd be creeped out too. You sound weird. Who talks like that? Ever. Especially in public.
He's literally asking for a sexual harassment charge.
Exactly.
just, he is literally a walking example of a majority of people I went to high school with who think this shit is okay to say to a woman.
Bet you anything he goes to the club every Friday night with a baggie full of Rohypnol.
I'm assuming that's a date rape drug?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
He just has that, just from the way he's talking, he has that energy.
Cover your drinks, ladies. That's all I have to say.
But, bitch, you look good as... Let me f*** you right now. Is it working? Hello?
Alright.
And this is where the brother comes to apparently press him.
I can't, bro. I'm doing
We could just show her the picture, girl.
How much you just said?
She ain't even answered.
Who? One at the red hair?
For her number?
Nah. You said more than that. You look so good out right now. But that's sexual harassment, bro. I'm saying, bro. Like I'm saying.
Oh, wait.
Like,
I find it hilarious that he's so bold to go up to her and just say something like that.
bro, bitch, you look good as you right now, though.
But then when this guy actually gets confronted, he tries to act like it's something different. Like, oh, I was just asking for her phone number, bro.
For her number?
And then when he knows that this guy isn't buying the bullshit, he's like, oh, well, the next excuse is, oh, I'm just streaming. As if that makes anything better. To me, it actually makes things like 10 times worse. Because then it's like, oh, you're just trying to embarrass her on some like weird shit, trying to get a clip for your stream.
You can't be pranking with people like that. That's disrespectful. But I'm saying if she people don't take that shit.
People who do this, oh, I'm just streaming, it's just content, it's just a prank, bro, it's just a social experiment, need to seriously get their fucking shit rocked.
Castrated with rusty hedge clippers.
Just that's why I was river dancing in my bedroom when I saw that video of that guy who kept pressing that one dude in the mall until he got shot.
I don't care what anyone says. That guy did nothing wrong.
Yeah, that was just... Thank you, finally. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. Shut the fuck up. God, I hate people sometimes.
Yeah, let's normalize being able to do that to rowdy pranksters.
And IRL streamers.
And sex offenders.
It's not assault because sex offenders are not people.
Amen. Amen.
Then I asked her, she would have said that, I would have respected that.
Mom.
I feel that.
Oh, that's your brother?
I
mean, your sister.
No, I feel that. I respect that. You feel me?
Do you want us to apologize to you?
No, I gotta
make you feel better?
it's not even apologize. Listen, I gotta say.
And you guys will see this girl here on the left. She's his like little accomplice, I guess. Basically like a Dollar Tree looking Angel Reese. She is going to get increasingly more annoying as this clip goes on.
Right. I got a sister too, bro. I feel you, but I'm saying that's sexual harassment. Some people take that as like real serious. Your ass will be in trouble. No, I feel that. Well, I apologize, bro. I'm not trying to be. No, I'm not touching you. I'm saying. Relax. I'm saying no, bro. Some real shit. Like I feel like you're over here trying to like.
We heard you the first time you said it though. You keep saying it. And he apologized.
No, listen, bro. I respect it. Like I'm saying, like.
And I guess I really can't blame her for stepping in because apparently she was going to be his muscle in this situation. If you need further proof, I'll show you guys Exhibit A. Why did he fall like a Grand Theft Auto character? Exhibit B.
Hey, man. Oh, bro, stop.
So he's dating Black China.
He's literally getting thrown around by a girl. That should say a lot.
Kevin Hart and The Rock energy.
Except Kevin Hart's actually entertaining.
And The Rock's not a chick.
Well, The Rock is... I like The Rock, but I don't know, some of his recent stuff is just meh for me.
He's definitely in his Steven Seagal arc.
Well, Red 1 was actually entertaining. I think, wasn't he in that?
it had its moments. I mean, there's a reason I put it on. I made it a bottom of the bin episode instead of its own proper thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I still can't get over the frickin' Hulk, the Snowman Hulk. Because that's what it looked like, a Snowman Hulk.
Kinda.
Alright, let's, can we move on?
I mean, they're doing WWE moves on this motherfucker.
The streaming shit, yeah, that's cool, bro. But some people don't take that. Nah, it's cool.
That's one of the things I really don't like about public streaming is when these people try and involve, like, random innocent bystanders. Because honestly, a single clip can fuck up your entire life really fast. And above everything else, it's like they didn't sign up for that shit.
So now you coming up, what you mean? As you should have. You coming up here saying it's disrespectful. We heard you the first time. So you want to apologize or not so we can keep it moving. Let's get it logical. Exactly. You're still standing here, baby.
But hold on, bro. There's no better as you and me, bro.
Yeah, she's about annoying as hell.
But I'm saying you just, I don't know who you is. You random, like, coming up, you know what I'm saying? So it's good. Like, right there, we said.
I don't know who that character is, because I never watched past the first Ice Age.
At least you know it's something from Ice Age. I'll let it slide.
Well, I mean, I recognize the sloth design because I remember what Sid looks like.
Truth be told, I didn't really watch past the third one.
Well, you got further than me. I only watched the first one, and I never bothered with any of the sequels.
Also, is that chick defending him against that guy?
Yeah, because she's the streamer's girl.
Then why the hell was he telling that other girl he wanted to smash?
Because it's content, bro.
Please tell me he's gonna get a shit rocked like Jack Doherty.
Probably not, but as much as I would love, as funny as that would be, it's probably not going to happen.
Why, did he hire a bodyguard like Jack Doherty did?
I'm pretty sure she is the muscle.
Well, yeah, we literally just saw her spinning him around WWE style.
Doesn't look like he has any muscle besides her, though. Which is probably why she's just trying to play peacemaker, because this guy is definitely bigger than her. Well, he's at least taller than her.
And isn't that the brother or boyfriend of the girl he was saying that nasty shit to?
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, can't say I blame him.
He's being a lot more civil than I would be in this situation.
I feel like at this point you have already started swinging.
Oh, I would have gone... At this point, I'm going from Zero to Full Metal Jacket.
It's like I tell people, I don't avoid drama because I'm afraid of you. I avoid drama because I'm trying to avoid jail.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord. I tell you what, there's no better feeling than knowing someone's willing to risk their safety to look out for you. And that's what this guy's doing, so good on him.
I like how he says, I don't know who you are, you're random coming up to me, when no one knew who he is, and he's randomly approaching his sister saying that he wants to fuck her.
Okay, I respect you. I'm saying, like, I got a sister too. Okay,
listen. And he keeps saying, no, I have sisters too, but you guys will see later in this video, this guy doesn't respect his sister, he definitely doesn't respect his mom. Honestly, he'd be sexualizing his whole family. I'm about to show you guys.
And I respect you on some shit, like, it's good, but I'm saying, like, don't bring her into it, like, this is my people, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's between you and me, it's good.
And how is he going to tell him, oh, don't involve my friend, when she keeps sticking her head between this A to B conversation? And this actually isn't the first time this guy has been confronted. Apparently back in December, he tried to sucker punch his hater, and this is how that went.
Uh-oh.
Ready on some shit, you ready?
Oh, boy.
Hey, Shay, he getting ready to go get... Stop playing with me, nigga! Stop playing with me! Stop playing with me!
Picked him up like a fucking toddler.
Is it wrong? I found that satisfactory.
Not at all.
Stop playing with me, nigga. Stop.
What are you, 5'2"?
We now know who the real shorty is.
Playing with me. Stop playing with me. All right. I don't give a fuck.
A grown man getting uppies will never not be hilarious. I'm sorry. Y'all remember that picture of Jack Doherty? And so, like...
Or that picture of Johnny Somali getting manhandled by the Tel Aviv police?
Uh-huh.
Oh, and he's been banned from Twitch. Good. He looks like Ja Rule with Down syndrome.
God.
Like I told you guys, this would result in him...
Why am I not surprised in the slightest he got banned from Twitch?
Getting banned from Twitch, and
I mean, he's not a hot tub streamer, so that checks out.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to read this tweet, and I'm just thinking of the meme of the Godzilla suit in a wagon going, Godzilla had a stroke trying to read this and fucking died.
Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Like, I mean, I'm not judging, but for the love of God, type normally. Type normally.
My God.
I guess people have been waiting a long time for this day. I mean, you have my guy out here smoking on the Deshay pack, and here's where we get into this guy.
What?
Sorry, I almost full on raged there when I was going, type normally, type
this day.
normally.
I mean, you have my guy out here smoking on the Deshay pack.
There's also
and
this shit. The lighter.
Waiting a long time for this day. I mean, you have my guy.
He's just asking for his nostrils to be set on fire.
Yeah, that's a little close. That's a little close to the face.
And this is coming from someone who literally once put out a lighter flame with his tongue.
Yeah.
I was drunk, so I didn't feel it till the next day.
Still.
Hey, you remember how in the... Wait, have you seen the 2018 Predator film?
I have not.
That's what I said. There's this one guy who puts out a cigarette on his tongue, but you can clearly see its digital effects. And it's like, bullshit, I can easily put out a cigarette on my tongue, no problem. Why didn't you hire me? Just... I've done some wild Daredevil shit while drunk, okay?
I'll take your word for it.
Because... Well, people ask why I don't drink anymore. This shit's why.
Right.
Alright, let's move on.
Out here smoking on the Deshay pack. And here's where we get into this guy's continued pattern of very weird behavior, especially regarding his own mother. Streamer Deshay Frost really fake fell on the floor so that his face could feel his mom's own peach. And also a little side note, let me just say the amount of gambling ads I'm gonna have to blur out of this video is just beyond annoying. And part of me just hates to know that that's how all these grimy streamers are lining their pockets and funding these antics. He's not even vacuuming. The shit ain't even on. Look, she's positioning her ass. It's weird. Like, who the hell is actually out here watching this shit? Here's just another example of him sexualizing his own mother for clout and views.
There's another video, right?
What in the Christian hell?
I have no words for this shit. Wait, what's this about these ads so I can eat, please? What the hell is that about?
Oh, he, well, like Jamari said, the guy had a shitload, had gambling ads puts gambling ads in his streams, and that's kind of how a lot of these streamers make their profits is through gambling ads on their streams.
Yeah. Also, Kai Cenat. I hear that name. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Popular streamer.
Is he a degenerate, or is he actually not that bad of a guy?
He has his moments, but I wouldn't put much faith in him.
Fair.
I caught Kai Cenat looking at my mama booty. Now this video is just a boring 1 hour vlog, but in the vlog there was a part where Kai Cenat talked about his mom's butt. Mom got a BBL.
Yeah, she got to be. Just something nice. Bro, chill, bro. Mom.
You over here talking about your actions, bro?
And that's why I'm not surprised that he'd be out here disrespecting other people's family members, because he don't even have respect for his own family, and they don't really have respect for themselves.
Out of this 1 hour, the clickbait that this man decides to use is the part where Kai Cenat talks about his mom's ass.
I would use that title too.
Yeah, just throw this whole genre away. And every single clip you will see of this guy has to do with something sexual. Deshae Frost got caught effing a girl by his mom while he was on stream. Yeah, I'm sure this is so real.
I've been in the crib the whole day.
Why are you acting strange?
What you mean?
Mom, chill out. Chill out, you can't go in there.
Who hair is this on you? My hair not brown.
Mom.
Who are you? And where's your shoes and stuff at? Come on out.
Why does this guy have Roger the Alien from American Dad in his fucking closet? Here's another weird...
Bro!
What the fuck?
Stuff at. Come on out.
Why does this guy have Roger the Alien from American Dad in his fucking closet?
I'm sorry, that does look like Roger in a wig.
Emotional, damn it! 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 Emotional.
We haven't gotten I haven't gotten a copyright over the last several streams I've used it for.
Okay, so...
I didn't get copyrighted when I used it making fun of the AIDS candy.
And to be clear, the AIDS candy came out before the disease, right?
Correct. They had to rebrand themselves because of the disease.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here's another weird clip. Deshae Frost asked his mom to show him her new BBL, then asked Dub if he'd crush.
Let me see your body.
Before I show everybody else?
Just show me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh! That's how any normal-minded person is shaking their head watching this shit.
You didn't say nice body or anything.
Why would he? He's your son.
So you just threw that stomach to that ass and you thought that was
And here's where he asked this older gentleman if he would smash his mother.
good, bro. Let me ask you a question, bro. Go ahead, show him. Go ahead. My mama thick now, bro. Damn. That's what I'm saying, bro.
You want to show it off? Nah, you paid $20,000. Go ahead then.
Yeah, this whole thing is just really fucking weird. Like, he...
Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue.
I'm sorry, I made that joke so many times that it's just dead to me now. But
this is the kind of shit Jerry Springer used to put on his show.
Jesus. That makes me think to this Facebook group I used to be in. The title of the group was literally Sweet Home Alabama plays softly in the distance.
Nice.
But it got taken down a long time ago.
Aww.
It's like that page I follow where it's hot dogs in unusual places. And there was this one where this guy was using a hot dog as a straw, and it's like, it's a Long Island iced tea. If you want to know brain rot, look at that kind of shit.
Dude, when you said the name of that group, all I could think of was when Brad Jones, a Cinema Snob character, would say, "On today's episode of Will It Fit?"
That sounds so bad.
Yes, it does.
Even watching it as a third party makes me a little uncomfortable.
So you telling me you hit my mama? Huh? You smell my mama?
No.
What? Exactly, bro. Look, why are you over here, bro?
I mean, just knowing that that's his real, like, blood mom is crazy. And I just want to show you guys how every
If I tried doing that with my mother, I would not have an ass left to sit on. Because she would kick it so hard so many times that all that would be left is just the back of my pelvic bowl.
Well, from what you told me about your dad, I feel like he would literally take off your bottom half and you wouldn't have any legs anymore.
Oh, if I ever did this to my mom, my dad would rise up from his ashes like a phoenix and come down to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, just to kick my ass up one end of Cape Girardeau County and down the other.
Like you're flying through the air, hitting buildings as he's kicking your ass up and down the town.
Pretty much.
Like Superman fighting Doomsday.
Or Man of Steel when Superman fights Zod.
Yeah, probably a better example.
And they're
Definitely a better example.
And they just level like half of Metropolis.
And then he says, my job is done here, and then goes back to his grave.
Exactly.
You don't fuck with the Navy, bro.
Nor do you fuck with corrections officers.
I still wish I got to meet your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that wasn't insensitive to say.
No, you're fine.
But I feel like me and him would have gone along very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alright, you ready to move on?
Yep.
Single clip you see of this guy has to do with something sexual. Kai Cenat and Deshae Frost wanted to get freaky with the same girl. Like, what the fuck is even this screenshot? And don't forget the gambling ad on every single post. Deshae Frost grabbed her by the waist after she bent it over for him. Deshae Frost in Hawaii hustling for swingers and +1 opportunities. Deshae Frost shocks his viewers when a girl started choking his chicken under a table live on stream. Deshae Frost had his mom twerking whilst he dry humped the air for a challenge. And the craziest part is, guys...
Why?
Wait. That's just fucked, dude.
All I can think of is that.
Also,
all I can think of is that bit from the movie The Sum of All Fears when Ben Affleck's character goes, "Why do you guys always have to reduce everything to sex? It's just disgusting."
Uh-huh. And then there's also this. Okay, I'm sorry, but how the hell did this guy get a picture of me from middle school? Just for clarity, that's not really me, but it looks like me, and it scares me. Kason, the awkward years.
So you know it's mostly underage people watching these streams. It's either that, or if you're an adult watching this, like after work in your free time, I really have to think that you must have the IQ of a fucking feral chihuahua. Like this gentleman I found right here who has digested hours and hours of this content, okay? This shit is longer than the fucking Godfather. Like, dude, whoever you are, I really wish that we could do a study on your fucking brain. His mentor, Kai Cenat, would even step in to give him some advice.
I'm gonna be 100% real.
Titles.
You think that...
What was that?
I said I can't stand clickbait titles.
Same.
Regardless of the fact that what just happened in the clip and shit like that, but you think that girl content always gotta be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
It's his only thing. When you look up his name, it's the only thing about him that goes viral. It is really not that different at all than like Jack Doherty shelling out OF girls on his stream. It's the exact same shit, as a matter of fact. Only this guy does it with his actual family, which I think makes it much worse.
Bro, like, from that clip alone, whether it was a prank or not, if I'm being honest,
It's not a fucking prank, guys. It's sexual harassment. It's not a prank. You can't just record something and say, oh, it's a public experiment, guys.
Facts.
I'm exonerated from jail. I'm exonerated from consequences. But it's like that's the way these streamers think, okay? Everything in their mind is just about clout. And like, oh, what's the next viral clip I'm gonna get?
an outside perspective and somebody to be able to tell you what's real, that shit is crazy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, Kai, why do we want to hear this when you have platformed this buffoonery time and time again? I've seen several clips of them together on Kai's stream, and they're on the very same shit.
Here's my theory on it, right? Nigga, people already put you in a narrative of thinking that you be doing like shit with bitches and be getting sexual and shit.
It's not a narrative, it's every clip. I don't get why, like, people are just allergic to being accountable for what they're actually doing.
So when they see you with a girl, they gonna put you in that narrative, and it's up to you.
Because accountability is a 4-letter word in 2025.
Fucking muted me again, motherfuckers. but yeah, that sounds about right. It's a 4-letter word in 2025. I automatically understood what that meant.
Yeah.
If you want to be putting, if you want to keep doing the girl content shit and shit like that, if that's what you want the shade to be known.
No one's putting him in a narrative. He went up and asked some random girl that he didn't even know if she was of age if she wanted to him, right then and there. It's not a narrative. He's doing the content.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to be known for, nigga, that's what you gonna be known for. But bro, that the shit with bitches and the girl content and shit don't gotta be done, bro. All that shit is not necessary. That shit's not necessary, bro. Like, if I'm being honest, it make you look like a fucking weirdo. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total weirdo. And I get what Kai's saying. I get what he means. Like, he's trying to be a mentor to him. He's trying to basically say, hey, you know, you don't got to do all that shit, and you can still be lit. You can still have a bunch of fans. You can still make entertaining content. You don't need to essentially rely on, like, sexual or shock value just to get clips, just to get, you know, new people coming to your stream. So I get all that, but it's like, dude, you perpetuated this and you encouraged this behavior when you were with this guy. So it's like, yes, I get the message, but it's also kind of the wrong messenger.
Yeah, she got to be just something nice. Bro, chill, bro. Mom, you over here talking about your ass and shit, bro.
I don't know. I just think especially like this guy getting his family involved in this, whether they're willing participants or not, has to be one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I mean, it's up there with like the family channels that were abusing their kids and shit. Turn on the fucking cameras. Put a fucking smile on your face. It's up there with that, okay? Because these are all adults.
And that is why me and Lily will never start a family channel.
Well, yeah. I mean, family channels are cringe anyway.
That, and I'm not comfortable putting my kids in a video for the entire world to see.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, but family channels, I don't care if your intentions are good, you're literally exploiting your kids for views, and it's gross.
It is. It's ugh. It should not be tolerated.
At least I can say I'll never, like, this, I mean, this dude is literally sexually harassing people. For content views, and it's like, it's not worth it, dude. It's like what the actual fuck is wrong with you?
And sexualizing his own mother.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but sexually harassing somebody is not one of them. I've never said anything like that to anybody. I've never said anything like that about anybody. It's just not me, dude. This is just not the way to get views for your content or make content.
Yeah, it's just creepy. It
is kind of confusing. I'm sorry, what?
There's really no other word to describe it. It's just fucking creepy.
Hey, man. So I gotta admit, I find it amusing that he's literally getting tossed around by a girl.
That is funny as hell.
That's what happened. That's what Lily does to me off camera. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's just worse to me somehow.
Hey,
I mean,
make
I've
fun of
never
her
even
enough.
heard
She
of
just
this
might.
guy
Fair enough.
before yesterday, and he's already banned now. And I don't know, it's just crazy to me that people are like growing up on this type of shit. But I do want to know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. Were you guys aware of this streamer? Can you guys believe that people are actually out here watching this? But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other degenerate streamers out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
No, Jamari, I did not know who this guy was until you brought him to our attention.
As with a lot of other streamers.
A lot of other streamers and content creators. I don't endorse or support that type of content. I just don't. And I'm not and when I say that type of content, I'm talking about Deshaun's or whatever his fucking name is. I don't support this streamer's type of content. Obviously, I support Jamari's type of content because it brings more of these degenerate rejects to our attention.
We just don't support literally filming yourself sexually harassing innocent people who literally did nothing to provoke you.
And sexualizing your own relatives.
Yeah, seriously, what the cinnamon toast fuck was that?
I don't know. But on that note, folks, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. I appreciate everybody who popped in. I appreciate Kason for popping in, especially.
Yeah, even though I was like, 20 minutes late?
No, you're fine. I mean, you told me in advance you were going to be late for the stream anyway.
Yeah, I was making tacos, and I made myself a big-ass taco, which is still sitting half-eaten on my plate because, well, I underestimated my eating abilities.
It happens.
I mean, overestimated, I mean. Like, I normally finish I've only had one, but I only ate half of it, and I gotta freaking do something with it. And it's like, I'm so disappointed in myself. I never waste a taco.
Hey, it happens sometimes.
But until the next stream, I probably won't be a part of the next one. But until the next stream I'm on, remember, if you like, what sounds inspirational but funny?
Don't be retarded.
Don't be a fucking don't sexually harass random people on the street.
Don't treat the world like it's your playground.
And if you get what's coming to you, don't play victim.
Also, don't fuck Elmo dolls.
I think that one should be an automatic given.
Yeah, or inanimate objects in general.
Like, seriously, seriously, pay for a hooker, for God's sake. Actually, no, probably shouldn't, because that just runs the risk of STDs.
Just stay home and pull one off. At least you'll still have your job by that point. And you won't have to go to jail and be known around jail as the Elmo fucker.
No, Ryan, no!
Oh.
I'm going to hell for that.
Still can't believe that guy's name is Van Loven. Next week's stream,
I'm going to hell, aren't I?
Next week's stream will probably be on a Thursday. If not, it'll be throughout Friday morning, depending on what happens, because I'm making plans to go to a rodeo on Friday night.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, and it's over an hour away from my apartment. So, just gonna kind of wing it for now. I am back to where I was in Twilight Princess, thank Christ. So,
Hey, yeah.
So next week we've got the next video will cover a few miscellaneous side quests after lifting the darkness from Lanayru province and a certain main quest that you need to do in order to get the Zora armor, which is what you need in order to get to the bottom of Lake Hylia and into the Lakebed Temple. Then and then the next video after that will cover getting into the Lakebed Temple and all the stuff that you have to go through for that. The one following that video will cover the quest to get the Master Sword. And right now I am currently in the Gerudo Desert. I'm about to go through the Arbiter's Grounds. I do not have the magic armor yet. I'm waiting to get that until after the Arbiter's Grounds, just to kind of see where I'm going from there. Like I said, I'm just kind of playing it by ear right now. I'm making incremental progress a little at a time, and I appreciate doing it this way, because this way I have more breathing room between uploads instead of trying to forcefully cram everything into one video.
Especially since you said it was like, what, a 20-hour game?
My first time playing the game from start to finish, it took me 25 hours.
Oof. You should definitely think about playing Dark Cloud at some point.
I don't have a copy of it, and I need to upgrade to a better PC if I'm going to be able to get PCSX2 to run better on it, because it recently went through an update that has rendered it completely useless on my hardware, and it's a laptop, so I can't just swap the parts out for it. It's kind of a bottleneck.
Yeah. Question: Does that's the emulator you were using, right?
Yes.
Does it have controller support?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought about also getting a PC at some point and using that.
Yes, every emulator, with the exception of my Commodore 64 emulator, well, it probably does have controller support. I've just never really bothered to try. But every emulator has USB controller support. And
so I could play a PS1 game on an emulator with a PS4 or PS5 controller?
Yeah, or you could... Whenever I'm using one of those, I will either use my Nintendo Switch Pro controller or my Xbox 360 controller.
Makes sense. I mean,
which if you want to piss off a PlayStation fanboy, tell them you're playing a PlayStation game with an Xbox controller, and they'll hyperventilate.
Or if you want to piss off a Nintendo fanboy, I just gotta tell them about the time I played Pokemon on a Game Boy Advance emulator with an Xbox controller.
Yeah, for some reason.
That's how I did my Batman Begins on Game Boy Advance playthrough.
Yeah, I don't get the hate boner that Nintendo fanboys have for emulation, but they need to pull their heads out of their asses with that one.
I still think I should have just went down the route of just doing GBA playthroughs, but YouTube keeps being a dick to my upload, so lately it's just not been easy.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's why I haven't really uploaded in a while.
Yeah.
But when I get my PS5, I plan on doing it more regularly again like I was a year or two ago. But on that note, we should probably end it before I start rambling again.
Yeah, so thanks to everybody who stopped in. Thank you for watching, and we'll We'll catch you guys later.